super good. I think we're live.
It's my favorite sweater now.
I'll look at Jay for a thumbs up.
So good.
Make sure we are. It's a good thumbs up. He's a professional thumb upper.
I'm looking at the thing like he's going to be on there.
No, he won't be on there. We haven't got to that point yet. We haven't got to the 5-camera shoot yet. All right, podcast number 2. Counselor Kelly and me. We have a special guest today. Her name's Ashley.
Oh, hey, Ashley.
Hi, Ashley.
Great.
We were just talking about some shenanigan stuff we're not allowed to talk about, but when we are able to talk about it, y'all gonna freak out. Jesus. When I see girls go like this, damn, that's fucked up for a girl to do. That means it is fucked up for a girl to do because y'all are normally like, fuck them. They had it coming.
I'll co-sign a lot of bullshit.
Right. Like,
I will.
fuck them.
Yeah.
Guys do some damage.
I feel it.
Right.
That's a slippery slope.
Yeah.
Oof.
It gets dangerous for sure. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it does, but usually you invite that shit in your life. They always say that if you invite a vampire in, you can't ask him to leave.
Well, yeah, no doubt.
You know what I mean? So it's a weird thing. Kelly, how was your business week?
It was busy.
Was it hard or medium?
It was medium.
Oh, that's a good
So
week.
my full-time job, I work with teenagers, and a lot of kids are on spring break.
Oh.
So
Nice.
they're good. They don't have to go to school.
They were like, no, I'm good.
I'm good.
I get to
I'm
sleep
good.
in.
I'm not stressed.
Mom's not making
Definitely
me get
don't
up.
want to die.
So you're a therapist for teenagers?
I work at a hospital
Okay.
full-time in
And
an
a
ER.
private practice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I have a private practice on the side where I work
Okay.
with individuals and couples.
Oh, I got some questions about that, by the way.
Oh, well, so have at it.
So we pretty much share what happens with our week. I had a woman who was married for 3 years, and she was telling me, she's a really sweet woman. You could tell she just like kicks ass. She lives in like a really nice neighborhood, and her dude just like lost his job right after they got married. She's like, everything was a lie, blah, 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 blah. But he's clinically bipolar, so I got to ask her. Because we can't just call
Okay,
people
okay.
bipolar. 'cause
Sure.
You got to go to
Oh,
school.
I love bipolar.
I
Okay.
need to know about bipolar.
Okay,
My daughter
so
thinks she's bipolar.
Yes.
Okay.
So bipolar, how old is this man? Do you have any
I'm
like,
going
a
to assume
guess?
he's in his 40s. Bring your microphone just a little bit towards your face. Oh, yeah. There we go.
all up
Yeah.
in-
We'll get it
So, yeah.
close.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
So
Get it. Don't be afraid
bipolar-
of it.
Everybody thinks they're bipolar because they have strong emotions.
I don't think I'm bipolar.
I don't think I'm bipolar, but I think I have.
I don't think I've ever
Sure.
dated somebody bipolar.
Sure. So society tells us that anybody with, let's say, unstable emotions, high ups, high downs, is bipolar.
So mood swings.
Yeah, huh? Yeah.
But not like extreme mood swings. So when I think
the
of bipolar, I
unfortunate
think
part
of
is everybody that has emotional mood swings thinks they're bipolar because of things like TikTok and Facebook.
because they're told
and,
it by their
My daughter
spouse.
just texted
Right,
me yesterday
sure.
saying I'm bipolar. I need to be on
Sure.
meds. I said, what are you
So
talking about?
clinical bipolar is not what anybody thinks it is. So clinical bipolar is long spouts of depression. Long spouts of depression. Most people with bipolar have a previous diagnosis of depression, clinical depression, mild, moderate, severe. The only difference between bipolar or depression and bipolar is a manic episode. So that means you have tanked for months, years, and all of a sudden you are on cloud 9. You
Living
are
your best life. Everybody loves you.
Every idea you have is the best thing ever. So like people during a manic
I might be
episode,
bipolar.
They will.
I'm feeling a little bipolar.
So it's for teens. It usually looks like they catch up all of their homework. They'll bring their C's and D's to A's and B's
Clean their
within a
room.
week. They clean their room. All of a sudden, they want a job. They want to get their license. They want to dye their hair. They chop it off. All of these super elevated. They join a new club
Highly
at
functioning.
school. Yeah, like over functioning. But it has a manic episode.
I'm sounding more
lasts-
bipolar by the second.
When she said like over, like no,
But I don't get depressed like that,
okay,
so I
go
guess
ahead.
I'm
and say
good.
it.
But it's not a day. It's not hours. And that's what most people think. They're like, oh, I had this super high spike and then I tanked. No, a manic episode, I'd have to look at the DSM, but it's like days minimally, like
Right,
way
it does
high,
say it's
way high
right.
for a while.
Okay.
And then they tank again. You may not have a manic episode for another 3 weeks, 3 months, 3 years. Some people never have another manic episode.
They just stay depressed.
That's the difference between bipolar 1 and bipolar 2. Is are you hypomanic? So hypomanic is like you're kind of up there. Manic is way up there. So sometimes with adults, so teenagers and adults, there's like restrictions.
Okay.
Like your daughter, how old's your daughter?
She's 16.
Okay. So your daughter could not quit her job, move to LA, and you
No.
know, like she
Yeah.
could,
In the
she
80s, she
couldn't.
could've.
But that's yeah,
right,
right.
right. So right now it looks like what I just talked about. She gets her grades up. She binge watches all of the Hunger Games episodes.
Well, that's why I said you're consistent. You're consistent. You're a consistent cheerleader.
Right.
You're consistent about keeping your homework organized.
Right.
Your room's always a mess because you throw clothes everywhere.
Sure.
You're 16.
Kids don't have
Sure.
enough room.
What do you mean?
They don't have
That's-
enough room
yeah,
in
that's true.
their. Like I gave my daughter another room because some
Fair-
rooms,
yeah, fair
some
enough.
rooms in my house
Yeah.
emptied out.
Yeah.
So I gave her some extra rooms. Both her rooms are clean.
I will
If
agree
you had to
with
move
you.
all
I
your
will
shit in one room,
100%.
it'd be
I
horrible.
I will. Yes.
It's
I-
weird. I didn't realize it until in real time I witnessed it. And I was like, oh my God.
Well, think of how much room you need.
I don't because I'm old enough now. Other than, well,
Could
that's
you
not
live
true.
in like a studio apartment?
I could. I couldn't keep my garage. I'd have to get rid of all that shit.
Right. I mean, like, I don't know
I
about
could
you.
live
like,
there,
I have
but I would
3
have to have
cars, and
this.
my
I
shit's in
wish
every car.
Listen, I wish that mine was so minimal that I could live in one room because I feel so overwhelmed being like a single
Yes.
mom living in a big
Yes.
house. So like,
It's a lot.
Oh, my
it's
like
so much.
dream is like
it's overwhelming. Like I don't want because I only have the kids 50% of the time.
Mhm.
So there is,
No, I get it.
and I'm only in my room. It's super
Yeah.
weird.
It's
super
isolating.
weird. I don't even think it's healthy, but it's a thing.
my dream is to live in like a tiny house.
Yeah, I went. Like
I'm like,
a
I
cottage.
want no shit.
Not
I
me.
want no stuff.
That's
No.
what
I
I'm
just
saying.
want to
want
live in a
nothing.
teeny
I
tiny.
like photo albums.
Jesus.
Maybe some like.
So you guys
know,
go from wanting everything to be like, nah, just put
I
that
really
shit in a
don't.
bag.
My kids are going to be graduated in
Right.
3 years.
Yeah, I get it.
I'm
Mine
an empty
graduates in a
nester.
year. A
I'm
year and 8 weeks.
Like, what am I going to do? I have no kids. I'm not married.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I'm single and.
So I have a rule. When I made up a rule after I turned 50. I grew up, my stepdad owned a moving company. I worked for him. So I moved a lot of older people because, you know, they are the ones that need help moving. And I made up a rule that by the time I turn 50, I'm going to whittle it down that a mover could come in my house and get everything packed up and gone in 4 hours.
I'm with you.
So the only difference with me is I have a garage full of tools because I do a bunch of remodeling. Like
Right.
I built this. You know what I mean? So I have to, that stuff you can't really get rid of. But other than that, like junk, I don't buy shit anymore.
Yeah.
I have 40 of the same black V-necks. I buy the same kind of Levi's every day. I wear a track jacket every day. I have every color known to man. I've gotten to the point where it's like, I don't need this shit. I mean, I have a recording studio. I have a ton of stuff, but that's work. This is a job. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
my personal stuff, dude, I use the same cup and bowl and spoon every fucking
No,
day.
I agree. No, I agree. I think I also am. I have so much shit even from like my marriage. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like
Well,
I
your
have
kids. Oh, you broke
yeah,
my mic.
like there's
Uh-oh.
just so much. I wish I could just condense everything
Got it.
and literally be in like a
Then
one
do it.
bedroom cottage.
I threw away a
I have
lot of
3
shit.
years, and then I will. I
Right.
start to.
So
it's
look.
so hard to go back through a divorce.
You ain't telling me
I got
nothing.
everything.
I got it.
Everything. I got everything.
This time I
couldn't
walked
give.
through my house and literally put everything away because I couldn't do it anymore.
I keep
couldn't be
doing it in
reminded of it.
stages. I keep doing it in stages.
It's hard.
I go manic and I start purging.
Oh, they.
Here we go.
I go manic.
Bipolar.
There
And I
you go.
start purging. I need that manic
Well, yeah.
episode to creep up here pretty soon.
So yeah. So bipolar. I mean.
So
it's,
this lady,
Yeah.
she goes, everything he said was a lie, and I was like, well, if he's
That
bipolar,
doesn't make him
d- d-
bipolar.
no,
That
he's
makes him an
he's
asshole.
clinic. No,
Okay.
he's
Right.
for
Yeah.
real, like clinically. He's like diagnosed and
Right, sure.
medicated. And she goes, but everything was a lie, and I go, was it a lie though? I go, I'm not saying be with the guy because they're already divorced, but they're still kind of working on it. And I was like, so here's my question to
Mm.
you ladies. I've been thinking about this since she came in, and I'm like, I'm bringing this shit up. So she struggles, and she's like, I just want to fix him. And I'm like, well, okay, well, good luck with that. Not to be a dick, but I don't think, for you,
That's not her
you
job.
can't,
Right, yeah.
for you to fix somebody is working really hard with them if they want to work and then medicating them
Right.
and doing all that shit.
Right.
So
It's not her burden.
I'm listening to her, and she's a lovely woman. She's a good mama. You can just tell she's a good human. And she's talking about this guy, and I'm going, this guy's done all this crazy shit. He tried to kill himself twice,
Mhm.
And she's like, I just can't give up on him. And I'm thinking to myself, this woman will go to bat like crazy, just keep just going back to it. And then certain girls, if you get a fucking, like, you look like you might have an ingrown hair, I'm out. Like the smallest thing. This
Yeah.
motherfucker is
Yeah.
trying to kill himself, not working for 3 years. Like,
That's her project.
but I'm just saying though, but like what makes a girls, you guys know more girls than me as far as you guys talk in
Yeah.
real life, you know what I mean, versus what they tell me. Because when girls meet me, they're like, hi, blah, blah, blah. blah, and it's all
Yeah.
bullshit. You know what I
Everybody's
mean?
threshold is different.
But I'm saying, why is it
No, I
always
feel
so
like
extreme?
That's a project for her.
Right, it's extreme. You know what I mean? But like, how it's bizarre to me. It's like I almost feel like guys that are fuck ups get way more um, allowance
Yeah, well,
for their bad behavior.
That's a her issue, though. That's
Why?
not a him issue.
And I asked her that. I go,
Yeah.
she goes, I just don't understand why I'm not worth it. And I've heard it, and it triggered something in me because I had somebody that I was friends with that had a really horrible abusive relationship, and she's like, I just don't understand why I'm not good enough for him to change or do what he's supposed to do. And I said, could you imagine a girl being so bad that she would get me to start doing hard drugs and not take care of my kids and not take care of my dog and not mow my grass?
Mm-hmm.
And she would be so bad that she could make me bad. She goes, God, no, there's no way. And she's like this, oh, shit. I go, that's exactly what you're fucking expecting at the 180 of that. If there's not a girl bad enough to make me fuck up,
Right.
because there's not.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Then there's not it.
Then how in the fuck could there, because it's the exact same thing, correct?
Mhm.
I mean, asking, like, I'm assuming,
Okay,
but it's
wait,
very
say
close.
It again. Say it again.
If there's no girl bad enough to make me horrible, how could there be a girl good enough to make a bad guy?
Ooh,
It's scary, right?
Ooh, 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 ooh.
Well, I guess it depends on the underlying pattern of behavior. If you have a guy who was raised right and got into some shit.
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is when a girl is saying, why am I not good enough? That's the only thing I'm resting this on is why am I not? Because it would be like, I tried to help him. Not saying, but when you say, why am I not good enough to make him good? That is an endless quest. That is an empty, like that seems super unhealthy to me.
Yeah, that's a negative core value. I am worthy.
It's like saying if your dad doesn't hang out, like why am I not good enough that my dad doesn't want to be around?
Right.
It's not about you. It's about him. It's about, I mean, you could be so shitty that somebody avoids you.
That's a dangerous mind. And I know it.
We've all been there.
I feel like I've definitely been there. Like,
yeah.
And I know what
Captain
I bring to the
Save-A-Bro.
table. That's just.
Could you see the good on them?
I'm almost wondering, like now when I reflect, like, do I find it like a project?
Oh yeah.
And that's why I
that's
said
a
that
real
initially.
thing.
Like,
yeah.
Like, and then I'm so stubborn that like, do I?
You won't give up.
Yeah.
I had a friend do
like
that.
A sick like.
I have a friend that's a professional musician at the highest level. At the highest level, he succeeds at everything he does. I'm not joking. I've played with him and have known him 15, 16 years. He does not fail. He was calling me over the holidays completely folded in half over a woman. And I'm like on the phone going, bud, the fuck are you doing? Yeah, like, you're the baddest motherfucker I know. You know what I mean? And he's just like, so he got out of it and he called me recently and he thanked me. And he was just like, I just want to thank you for being so kind to me and just kind of snapping me out of it. And I was like, well, I love you. You know what I mean? I want you to succeed. And I go, I think I figured out why you allowed it for so long. And he's like, fucking let me have it. I go, you never fail. And you're not going to fail at this.
Yeah. I mean,
and it becomes an ego thing. You know what I mean? Like
you're,
for him,
mine's an ego. I think for sure. Like you got me fucked up. Like,
but tell me this: why are you fucking a dude you got to fix? That's the
part.
Yeah,
that
very few people can restore a car.
Well, I think here's the thing: when you initially start fucking that person, you're not thinking that they need to be fixed, right?
Yeah.
Right.
You didn't do it.
And then
a Carfax on them.
Yeah.
Go on that website. I mean, we're not allowed to talk about it. Sorry.
Listen, that's why I'm saying, that one's rough.
But it's weird. But if you really break it down, because when I talk to people about relationships, when I go, well, how's their family? And they're like, shitty. I was like, how's their last relationship? How they speak about their ex? Horrible.
Those are red flags that people don't look at, though.
But is it because you think...
I know for, like, me, those... In my last one, like, I wasn't necessarily looking for anything, so I didn't see red flags.
You didn't care. It was casual.
It went so fast.
It was casual.
You know what I'm saying? And then...
It ramps up quick.
Then the toxic, and then you get to that point.
You're
like,
invested.
You're invested.
You feel like you're invested, but you're not.
But
you're not.
If you are invested, it's in all the wrong.
When you're invested,
ways.
you get dividends.
I got some.
Right. But you got to play the game. It's real. That's a real face right there. She's like, these motherfucking dividends.
There were pros and cons, okay?
Right,
like,
it is what it is.
Right,
You gotta know.
Right.
Then it goes down to you've got to just know who you're dealing with.
Right.
And then it gets to that point.
And it
of
changes.
Like, it does, because then that goes almost into like the person we were talking about earlier and like her arrangement, like
Yeah.
then it gets sticky.
Well, everything gets sticky. Even if you
Yeah,
just get
there's a
married,
fork.
It gets sticky.
even
All
if
of
you
a sudden
actually
we're
court.
like, am I in too far, or could I still bail? But like you said, a lot of people look for a project that takes insight that most people don't have.
Yeah, and I think for me, like at that time,
Yeah.
like my kids are, I've already been, I really have nothing
Sure.
to lose, so it
Sure.
is almost like a project.
Sure.
'Cause what else am I doing?
And sometimes people
What else am I doing?
introspectively are like, they don't want a project. Honest to God, they really don't.
Right.
No.
What they want is somebody to fight for them.
Oh,
So
they want an
almost-
advocate.
Yeah.
Yes.
They set up scenarios
They-
to
they're
prove your love
looking-
to me.
They're
Prove
looking
I'm
for
important to
somebody
you.
to
Combination that-
validate their
yeah,
worth.
yeah,
Of like,
yeah.
I know you come from bad juju, you know, whatever it is, but you'll change for me, and if you change for me, that means I'm worth it.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I could see.
I don't want to
part of
fix
that,
you.
yeah.
I want you to change on your own to validate myself.
I could see myself
Mhm.
being that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or
That gets
have
real
been that.
sticky.
Yeah, it does get
It
real
does,
sticky.
yeah.
Because
It
people do
does.
it
Because
to
then
everyone.
they ebb and flow. Humans ebb and flow. So
Yes.
sometimes they'll get it together, and that doesn't make them bipolar. Like that just
I've
that
never
just
called
means they're in
anybody
a good
bipolar,
season.
man.
You know what I
I've
mean?
never- and it's
Everybody
so
has
weird
a
that
good
we're-
season.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I agree 150%. I do think we literally all go through seasons. I
Yeah,
don't think that makes
right.
you bipolar.
Do you think
Right.
we're not honest with them?
Honest what?
With who?
With who?
Well, I think we're not honest in relationships very much. Like I've talked to people and they don't like to hear it, but like usually a side piece is the most honest relationship you'll ever have because you're both like robbed a bank. You're both like, we cool, we ain't talking shit, we cool. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, but when you're with somebody, did we talk about this last week? I don't know if we did. I know we've talked about it,
Yeah.
off this thing, but I honestly feel like, why do we do that? When we're with somebody, we have to put up this thing. Like, we got to constantly be weighted and measured, and it's not fair. Like, if I love you and I want to be with you, and I'm like, you're my girl. Like, what's up? You fuck up.
Right.
Like, I don't give a shit. Let's figure it out.
Right.
Within fucking reason. Just within fucking reason.
Right.
But everybody's reason is so fucking, like, etched in granite. And I'm like, you want unconditional love, but you don't give unconditional love. Like, I've dealt with some girls doing some crazy shit in my life because I like a certain kind of person, and apparently other people do too. I mean, truthfully.
Right.
Okay? And I know that going into it. I like certain kind of guitars, and guess what? They're problematic for other people. But me, I kind of like fighting with it. I like that I got to fucking do it
Sure.
within fucking reason. But when I'm out doing something, I want you to stay in tune. I want you to fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But with me, it's like if I'm with somebody, I just want, like, if you're fucking up, just tell me. Like, if you, but they won't. Like, what I noticed too is, like, if I fuck up,
Well, who wants
you
to
get the
admit that they're a
scepter.
fuck up?
Nobody wants to admit they're a fuck
Who
up.
wants to admit they're a fuck up?
You know
Who
what the
really
woman
wants
told
to-
me? I have these girls at the shop tell me all the time. I've had guys tell me too. I had a guy. He's flipping out about this girlfriend that broke up with him. He goes, it's not that she broke up with me. It's how she did it. You've heard that 1,000 fucking times. And I go, okay, so how could she have broke up with you that you would have been fine? Fucking crickets.
Is that what you call it? Like he's in search of validation?
No, he's trying to be a victim,
that
right?
sounds like that's closure. I think
Yeah,
closure is
That
bullshit.
fucking
Closure the
imaginary
same as
word. You
validation?
mean
No.
unicorn?
Is
Closure
the
is
same as
bullshit.
Closure is a
validation?
unicorn.
Is it?
Closure is, in my opinion,
I feel
is
like
a word for what they desire as an alternate
Oh,
ending. They
fuck.
want an ending on their terms.
fair enough.
No,
So
it's
if
garbage.
you ghost me and I'm just looking for closure, it's because I want you to like break up with me. I just want an alternate ending.
You want to
yeah,
acknowledge
right.
it. You
I
want.
want
You want it
something
to
that
go
you
your
did not
way.
give me. I want you to give me
But
what
can
I
you
need.
say that it isn't how they? It's that. It's not that they're lying. If you say I'm not mad that they broke up with me. First off, first lie.
Yeah, you're mad.
I mean, give me a
Sure,
fucking
you're
break.
mad.
I've
You're
only been
hurt.
broke up with a couple times where I was like, that was pretty easy.
Right.
Like high five, I'm out.
Well,
Right.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
You
Like-
did me a favor.
yeah.
Like
Sounds good.
I didn't like when a person quits that works for you, and you're like,
Woo.
I was getting ready to fire
Right.
them. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So, but like when I ask people that, and they're like, it's how they did it. And I'm like, well, then
What's
didn't you
the
to me?
ideal way?
You would have to be able to explain to me what would have been okay that you would have been okay with it, and they can't. So to me, that's not real.
Oh, see, I usually doing individual counseling.
Right.
They say that a lot, right? It was just how they did it was hurtful. And there are a lot of ways that people
No, that's a
like,
reasonable answer
that's
there. But when
that was hurtful, but I still ask the same thing.
Yeah.
in an ideal world,
you can
you
say
know,
it's
like magic
hurtful.
wand, what is it?
But same
and
end
they're like, I
result.
don't know.
I just don't think
I
that, like,
wanted a conversation. No, you didn't. You wanted a
I don't even think
conversation
you're
so
gonna
you
get
could
what you
argue.
want though out of that
Yeah.
conversation. Like, I don't, because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, you're gonna be forcing that person to say what you want, or to
Right.
it's not a thing. It's
I
just
have
not a
had
thing.
breakups where I do the
feel
things,
it.
right?
I get it.
Right. I say all the things and then they argue and I'm like, you are making me hurt your feeling. Like I
Sometimes that's
I
what's
don't
I'm gonna
wrong.
take
want
that line.
this.
You're
Right.
making me hurt your
I
feelings.
don't want this, and let's just leave it at that. And they want the
But do you
why,
think
and
sometimes
they
people
want
go for the closure,
But
so
you
they
won't
can
even believe
get the
it.
hurt feelings?
Would you even believe it though? If he tells you why, would you believe it? That's
I
what
don't-
I've noticed
no.
too.
I have said the why, and they didn't believe it.
They're like,
I
that
have
can't
been
be
that
it.
person because being
They're
a therapist, I'm like, all right, listen, like
God.
I'm giving you the why.
Could you imagine dating Kelly? Jesus Christ.
I could.
She'd be
I
like
could. I
this.
think she'd
We'll
be
have my
great.
husband on. The
It's like
show sometime.
literally like my kids show me art, and I'm like, you could do that a little bit better on that corner.
right,
You know what I mean?
right.
Like, do it.
I try. This is the why because then people want the why. They really do. They do.
I want the why.
They do.
I feel like, yeah, like, what the fuck?
The why is hurtful, but a lot of people want the why.
I want the why.
Sure.
Tell me, like,
Right.
what
This
the
is
fuck
what it was.
Why?
And then they're like, "What can I do?"
Yeah.
Well, actually, nothing.
I don't want
nothing.
you to do anything.
I don't
So
want
you already
I
did
don't-
it.
Here's my thing. I don't
Right.
want you to do anything. I just want to know why, so I
Right.
could wrap my head around it, so that I could, like, understand why people are more. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Just
to
what's
process
so
it.
then,
Sure.
well, yeah. So then, like, I also know going forward how different people
Yeah.
operate.
Sure. But that takes maturity. You want to
Accepting
learn and
what
grow.
it is,
I
too,
want to learn.
first.
You
grow,
wanna
yeah,
learn
like,
it.
and
Not
so
everybody
then,
wants
so
to
then
learn and
again,
grow.
I could look for that.
Yeah.
Whatever the problem.
Yeah. Not
I wanna
everybody wants
know.
that.
I want to know.
Some people just want to be
know.
like,
because I want to avoid it.
Well, it's you know what though, but if you really look around, I think we get this like laser focus on our own relationship. If you stand back and watch everybody around you, I talked to her last week. There's like 4 or 5 different things that motherfuckers do consistently. It's the same shit. You know what I mean? Like people are lazy as fuck and they enter in a relationship that they probably shouldn't fucking be in if the truth be told. It's like buying a car and not really looking at it, not really checking it out, not reading any reviews on it, not really doing like if you're 16 and you hook up with a boy, you don't fucking know any better, okay?
Right.
But if you're fucking 30 years old and you're fucking with somebody and you're like, I can change him or I can change her, you're an asshole. You know what I mean? Like it's shitty to do. And I have a hard
I'm at the point where I don't want to fix nobody.
I don't want to
It's
hold
good.
somebody up all the time. I want you to stand on your own 2 legs.
I'm barely like.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to love the shit out of you and I want to fucking be like, can we go get
I'm
dinner?
not trying
Cool.
to fix anybody.
No.
Like
There's
I'm
no
tired.
fixing.
I'm
Dude,
tired at this age. Like I'm ready to retire.
I have a
done.
certain set of skills and I still don't try to fix people. I try to lead by example and just go,
I
this is
purposely
what I'm
won't.
doing.
I'll see somebody fucking up, and I purposely won't say anything because I want to see how
how they handle
respectfully.
it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like watch them hang themselves, give them enough rope.
Like respectfully. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
You
know.
got yourself in a hole, so get yourself out.
Yeah, and
Like,
then
yeah.
it also shows me how this person
If they're
handles certain
resilient.
yeah.
So I like
wanna
putting
know.
stressors. When I meet a girl, I like taking her
I don't
on a
want to
trip.
have stressors, but I know there's things like if somebody comes to me with XYZ BDF advice, I won't necessarily give them the straightforward advice. That
Sure.
Right.
Right.
You know,
what do
I'll,
you
like,
think? You
do you-
therapize them. What do you
yeah,
think?
like
Ask
here's
them
your option.
open-ended
I always play
questions.
devil's
Right.
advocate, if you
Sure.
will. Like
Yeah.
Do they get mad at you?
a lot of people
Do they say this?
yeah.
Why can't you just take my side?
Yeah, I think a lot of people feel that way.
Yeah.
Yes, there are people that
Yeah.
have said that.
It's
there's,
wonderful.
There's a lot of people that get
There's not a
super upset
side.
with me.
Back me up. Right.
But
Back
I
me
don't
up
think
even
that
when
there's
I'm
a
wrong.
side- like, because I want to know. Like, there's all different kinds of sides. That
Do you want me to tell you how to
can't
get out
pick
of
your
this?
Side.
Let me tell you the Jedi trick.
What?
When somebody unloads some shit on you, this is all you say to them. How can I help? Just
I don't know necessarily if I
listen.
want to
No,
help. I
'cause
know,
listen.
I'm sorry, I don't know if I want to help.
It's like
I'll
I-
Ashley,
hear
they're
you.
going to have
Right.
to explain themselves. They're going to have to explain what. So when I ask you if I'm having a problem or you're having a problem, I go, well, how can I help? And you go, well, fuck, there's nothing he can really do. But that was nice of him to say it. But like, there really isn't for anything. Wait, there's nothing I can do. Wait, it's the situation.
Mhm.
It makes them
Okay, all right,
process
yeah,
it
okay,
in
all
a
right.
way. Cause that's what I'm saying. Because they're not, if they have to actually put it into words, how you can help them. Because if not,
That's
because
a
if
good
you're
one
like
for
this,
me. That's a good one for me to like.
Oh,
because I
it's
can't
good
do
for
it. Yeah,
everyone.
Yeah, that's a
Mhm.
good.
because
how
you
can
know
I
what
help?
most people want to
How can I
hear.
help?
How beautiful is
That's
that?
just cut and dry.
I say that a lot.
That's real shit, right?
How can I help?
If there's
Daddy,
anything I can do, I'll help. I mean it.
What do you need?
You know what I mean?
Right,
I
I
do
say
mean
that.
it,
What
but
do
you
you
got to
need?
be able to tell me what I can actually do to help
what
you.
do they say when they want your advice?
They don't.
They want your advice.
No, they
What
want
would
somebody
you,
to
I,
listen
I
to
get a
them.
lot of what would you do?
Oh,
What would
God.
you do?
What would you
did
do?
you
Yeah.
do? What would you do? I don't fucking know. Not what you're doing.
Right.
Because I wouldn't be in this
You're like, I would
situation.
light it on
That's
fire.
what I want to say. I don't fucking
Why
know.
can't
Get your
you
life
say
together.
that?
Because I want to see
'Cause
what they're gonna. Because then I'm, you know,
You're
what
playing
I'm,
a game.
You got to no. You got to figure it out too. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and at the end of the day, I feel like a lot of times people want the advice or whatever, but they're not ready to take it.
Mhm.
Do you know
Most
what I'm
people
saying?
can't take it.
Oh,
I mean,
that's my whole job.
Listen, don't tell them, because then she'll
That's
be out of
my
And
work.
I don't get mad. I don't get mad. you know,
No,
like
sure.
I'm the type of person that I'll keep listening. I'll work it through.
Right.
I'll have you work it out through like
Right.
me. You just
Well-
keep reciting the same freaking story at that point. If
Sure.
it's, you know what I'm
It
saying?
gets old.
Sure.
You know my favorite thing to do?
Yeah, I mean it can, but again, then that's when if I
Yeah.
really care about somebody, like the oldness can just go. It's just cycling
Right.
out, and then you just
Well, and a
What are you gonna
therapist's
do?
job is not to give advice. If
yeah, I'm
if people
asking
ask me,
questions.
like,
That's what, I'm
what
saying.
would
I
you
don't,
do?
I want to ask the questions. You need
I-
to figure it out.
You got to ask another question.
I just said, what's your end goal? Because your end goal matters,
Yeah.
right? Like,
I've
so
been
if
in
you're in
therapy
this
for a long time, that's probably why I
situation,
do that to
right?
people,
If you're
too.
in this situation, what I would do might be different from you and you,
100%.
because our end goal is what?
Yeah, because who
Do
knows?
you want to cut them off?
but
Do you
most
wanna
people-
fix
Well, that's what
this?
I'm
Do you
saying.
wanna,
Like, maybe it's because
Most
I've been in
people don't
therapy
think
so
about
long.
it.
That's why I don't give people the direct
Yeah.
advice because you really
They
have
don't
to figure
listen.
it out on your own.
Have you ever listened to
But
something
even if
somebody
you do
said?
listen, I don't know if you're really gonna get it completely.
No.
Would you ask?
People don't listen to listen.
I know. I don't.
They
listen
don't.
to what people say.
No, nobody does.
I want to know.
Unless
I'll
I'm
put it
like
back in
calling my
head,
plumber
let you know
buddy.
you're right.
If I call my plumber buddy and be like, "Hey, this valve is doing this," and he's
Right.
like, "Turn it to,"
Right,
that's
that you
different.
listen.
That I'll listen
But
to.
anything else, so I don't offer it anymore.
No, because I have to figure it out on my
No,
own.
I don't.
Mhm.
Not just that. You're not gonna listen even if I tell you exactly what would work. If she told you exactly, like, look, these are boundary issues, and you do this, and you do that, and you'd be like, I don't know, fuck it. You know what I mean?
No, you're a
not
grown
listening.
ass woman. You have to try it out
Yeah.
on your own.
And
Yeah,
you,
that's
You
what
have
I'm
and it
to
saying.
like
changes.
see evidence.
Yeah.
And I might plant
would-
that
yeah.
seed for you, but like you'll explore it eventually.
Yeah,
and you'll be
I
like,
have
"Oh,
to find
shoot."
out. I when people tell like, I can't.
Gets
I almost-
old.
I just don't. I have
How
to
many
figure it
times have you
out on
told
my
a girl
own.
this? Girl,
What?
you don't deserve that. Too many times. Look at her face.
I mean, I feel like I.
That was a
probably
like this, like.
She's like, well, damn. Quite
I
a few.
mean,
You stop doing it.
Sometimes you're like, yeah, you deserve that because you're shitty.
You know they deserve it.
Right, yeah, right.
Because you know they're shit.
That's what nobody wants to say,
you don't
right?
deserve
Like,
that. If you don't know that you don't deserve that, like, how am I going to tell you that you don't deserve that? Like, what the
Right.
fuck?
Listen,
I know that I do shit that I don't deserve.
sure.
You know what? I don't need you to tell me I don't deserve that. I know
Right.
I don't deserve it. Why am
Right.
I doing it?
But
Do you
here
know
I
what I'm
am.
saying?
Right. Yeah.
Like, no, I don't really think I ever say you don't deserve.
it's pretty common.
It's definitely come out of my mouth,
Yeah.
I'm sure, but it's not my go-to.
It's common. So I used to be.
But I do know girls that say you
Yeah.
don't deserve that.
Right.
You don't.
Oh, yeah.
No, with my
They don't
friends,
know
I'm
me.
more often.
You deserve
because
the fuck
I mean,
out- you
to
deserve
say
more.
like saw that coming. Like,
Right,
we're
right,
thinking,
right,
like,
right. Right.
You didn't see that coming
Like,
because I
we
definitely
saw this
saw, we
coming,
have
yeah.
talked about this.
Yeah, I had a girl call me. I used to be like that guy that people would always call. I realized recently, being alone, that I'm like the king
Are you
backburner
alone?
guy.
Alone? You're not dating anybody.
No
No
one.
talking to nobody. Nothing.
Not really.
Untethered is
yeah.
the word you used.
I feel it.
Yeah.
Reckless is what he had.
It's so I'm an easy guy to talk to, so people would call me and message, and I'm like, oh, listen, whatever the fuck you got to say. And I used to be nice, and that went away, because when I was with somebody, I didn't talk to anybody. I refused. I was like, no, I don't. I realized not watering a bunch of flowers that aren't mine. It made me really full.
Mm-hmm.
It made me super full.
Uh-huh.
I don't water flowers that aren't mine.
Uh-huh.
I don't. I won't.
Uh-huh.
So I remember a girl calling me, crying, freaking out about this boy. And I'm listening. And all I said was, I go, when she's all done, I went, you love him. And she's like, wait, what? I go, you love him. Because why else would you tolerate this?
Somebody just said it to me that night.
You love him. Yeah, right?
I went,
Because they wanted to get built up.
If that's love, yeah. if
They
that's
wanted
love,
that little
then I'm
hit.
scared.
They wanted that little
if
crack
that's love,
hit.
then I'm scared.
Yeah.
I'm scared for myself if that's like, do you know what I'm saying?
So the other thing I went down, I go, you're freaking out. I go, is he in your house? Like, is he? It sounds like he has a knife to your throat. You had girls calling you. Does he have a knife to your throat? Like, he's not even in your fucking house. Like, what would you do if some real shit happened to you? There's nobody in this room but us three. I am not worried about a single fucking thing.
The girl was worried about what?
Just freaking out. No, she's freaking out like
Pressure, right.
he fucking did this. I go, he's not even in your home.
Oh, yeah, like,
Right, yeah.
Like-
Take a breath.
like-
chill it. You're in
Take
your
a
safe zone.
breath.
Just
But
chill.
not just that. Like you give people the reins that don't deserve the reins. Most people don't deserve the reins. Not to be a dick. No one deserves the reins of
No.
your heart.
No, God, no.
But think
no.
about it. We gladly go, hey, you seem nice. Here,
I know.
can you jerk me around a little bit?
I know.
Just put me where you think I should go.
I
Because
know.
this is love. This is a relationship. It's fucking cute, right? This is love. Fuck that. I want you to stand on your own and like you're like, babe, you want to do this? Fuck yeah, let's go. Let's handle it.
Yeah.
Other than that, but that's not real. Everybody says, fuck yeah, it sounds great till it comes down
I feel
to
like
it.
it's out there, though.
It is.
It is.
I feel like it's out there.
It is. For sure. It's
I
out
feel
there.
like it
But
is.
most people aren't healthy. That's why we're doing this shit. Because most people don't talk about relationships. When I was talking to that lady who's been in a relationship, and she was with another dude before, so she was married for a while. Anyways, got with another dude. I go, what happened with that guy? She goes, he cheated on me. And I go, what happened? She goes, I go, you're not okay with that? And she's like, no. I go, I couldn't work it out. And she's like, no. Blah, blah, blah. And I go, why? She's like, I can't be with somebody after they cheat on me. And after we talked a while, I go, did you sleep with him after you knew that he cheated on you? She goes, no. And we're talking, she goes, wait a minute. I did sleep with him before I knew that he cheated on me. I go, did the world implode? Did everything fucking stop? Did everything
Right. He
fucking
had
die?
Cheated, she just didn't know.
Right. I go,
yeah.
so what honestly changed? And she was like, God damn it, Thomas, quit talking. And I'm just asking this question because I understand cheating's a big deal to people, but when I ask people to explain it, other than like we talked before, other than as safety, you know what I mean, for your sexual health and stuff like that, that's a real
What's
reason.
the issue?
But
Right.
past that, most people still sleep with the person after they've cheated on them. Most people. I've talked to a zillion people, and then they're just like, yeah. You know what I mean? And she was just like,
Yeah.
oh, my God. She goes, I
A
did
lot,
I
yeah.
did sleep with him. And I went, so,
So the safety's gone.
you know what I mean?
So,
So,
like,
you already
so
crossed
now
that.
what?
Yeah, that
Right.
it's already been breached.
Well, he's.
Right,
it's
and
tr-
she goes, he was
it's
super nice.
trust.
He was super nice.
It's trust, loyalty. Loyalty
that
is
word.
what it is.
Blech.
It's loyal. They want to ride or die.
Ride or
no
die.
matter that.
But to me, a ride or die is like you fuck up and be like, we cool? Is this a one-off or is this, do you want a relationship with him? Real shit. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like real shit. I've been
Well,
there.
yeah.
I've literally been there. I was like, is this a one-off or is this just a moment or is this like
Is
a
this
relationship?
Is this a problem?
And they looked
Right.
at me like some
I mean, listen,
serial
depending
killer
on
shit.
how down I am for the yeah, like
That's
we're
down,
working-
though.
like,
That's
that's
fucking
what I'm
love.
saying. Like I've been
Right.
there. Like I've been that girl. Like okay, what are we gonna do?
What are we gonna do?
What are
I
we
work
doing?
with couples all the time, so
Fine,
I have.
you fucked up. But what are we doing?
Right.
Okay,
Right.
now if we moving forward, now what?
Right. But most people aren't like
but
that.
which is
Most people
worse?
can't.
Fuck no.
Which
tell
is
you what.
worse, though? A physical affair or an emotional affair?
Oh, I,
'Cause
lo-
this,
I love the
Emotion-
girls
I
that
don't- I
say,
don't like
I love the
emotion.
girls that
Well,
say,
you're
this
just gonna go
this
get-
comes up though when couples
Oh,
conversation.
no,
It's gonna be
dude.
Oh, yeah.
horrible.
people go, cheating. There's mental
there are.
cheating and physical cheating, and I go, and I must be a fucking alien because I know this. I am not. If I'm with somebody and like you're my person, I'm not going to have inappropriate conversation with somebody else. I'm really
I don't
not.
have
I've
time
learned
for
that.
anybody
Oh.
else.
But
Do
no,
you kn-
I'm just saying.
Do you know what my rule of thumb
But
is?
I've learned that I can't do that anymore because it's not healthy. It's not good
Yeah.
to the person I'm with. And honestly, my hard drive can't fucking hold it. My
Well,
hard
you
drive's
don't have
running really
space
fucking
for
good
it.
right
Right,
now.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I wake up, I am firing on all cylinders. I will go, 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 go. But I don't need, why would I water a plant? Like I said, that's not mine.
Mhm.
It's not mine. Now, look,
Mhm.
if I'm in an open relationship with you and I meet somebody that hits me a certain way and I'm like, hey, I met this girl. She seems kind of cool. That's a different
They don't water
fucking
all the
situation.
flowers.
But I don't really need to do that. If I find somebody that I'm down with and we get along in many different ways, I don't need to have that like attention. I get enough
Mhm.
fucking attention just breathing. I don't need any more attention.
Yeah, if I'm listen, I definitely have been in that spot heavy, and you know that, like
Yeah.
heavy.
It's hard.
It is because when you're down for somebody, you're down for them. You accept.
What's
them on-
wrong with that?
I don't think there's anything wrong with that
Until there is.
It's like a
Until there
special
is.
needs kid.
until there is.
You know what I
My-
mean? Like
Until
it's
there
So,
is.
real.
My rule of thumb. So I am monogamous. That
Right.
it matters to me. It
What
does.
country is that?
I don't know.
It matters to me. Like
I'm
like,
Scottish.
It matters.
I'm not about.
It
yeah,
matters.
like,
Yeah.
I can't do
There are
multiple-
different views for different people. I need physical intimacy one-on-one. That is
Yes.
an expectation that I have.
Yeah.
But my rule of thumb as far as like cheating, like this whole concept of emotional intimacy, physical intimacy, this is what I tell people. This is actually what I tell my husband and my kids. It's a
I'm ready
blurred
for
line.
this. I'm
But
ready for this.
if you would not do it with me next to you, don't do it.
Ooh,
Fair.
Fair enough.
I said that the other,
Fair enough.
literally,
Right.
I said that
So-
the other day to
Fair
somebody. I
enough.
said,
Yeah.
if you would be worried about somebody finding out, you shouldn't be fucking
You
doing
should
it.
don't touch it.
I mean, there's
Don't
some
touch
reasonable
it,
things,
right?
you know what I mean? There's some things,
So,
you know,
yeah,
you
so
might not want
my-
to speed in front of a cop,
My
you know.
15-year-old is on social media, all the things. Granted access. Have at it.
Yeah.
He was
I had
following
Playboys in the woods. That's all I had.
I love
questionable people on
Right.
TikTok. I looked because my rule is I have to follow you. You have to follow me. That's my only rule.
it. Okay.
So I got on and I was like, bro,
Was he like, Mom, we're all
There-
doing
well,
it?
there are
All the cool kids are doing it.
500 half-naked women.
Jesus.
So if you feel uncomfortable, if you wouldn't watch her videos with me sitting next to you, you probably shouldn't be watching them. And he was
Fair
like, that's fair. I didn't make him delete them. I said, you should go through that and do what you think is right.
I love that.
He deleted them.
that.
He
See, that's
did.
something
But that's
he
did.
did.
reasonably
I love that.
healthy.
And, right. And
Dude,
so
I
with
cleaned
my
up
husband,
my shit hard. I cleaned up my social
Yeah.
media hard.
Right.
I was with somebody that put it in a way that totally made sense to me the day I met her. And, you know, when somebody can make a point to me that literally is so concrete that
Right,
I'm
yeah.
like that, it
It
literally
hits,
changed.
yeah.
I went, okay, that's it.
that makes
You
sense.
know what I mean?
Right.
And she said, if you like pictures of girls that are just posting like normal girl pictures that they're cute, would you catcall another girl while you're sitting with me or hold my hand at the mall? And I go, no. And she goes, then why in the fuck would you do that?
Mhm.
And I went, fact, I never did it again.
Right.
And I started cleaning up my social media. You know,
Right.
because when you first get on social media, you start seeing stuff, and you know what I mean. You
Yeah.
just follow it because you just follow. It's like, oh, follow. I've cleaned it up to the point now where I don't like people's pictures that are like normal
For me.
girl. You know what I mean? Like I just don't because I don't want to project that.
Right.
I don't want the person
Well-
with me to listen. People are insecure enough
That's true.
being in
That's true.
relationships.
I don't really give a fuck.
So a friend
No,
of yours,
you're nice.
But here's
I
my
don't give a
question: a
fuck.
friend
I don't
of
give
yours
a
get
fuck.
a new.
I don't give a fuck.
I
Get you a
don't.
new
Usually when I'm seeing
haircut.
a picture,
Yeah.
to be honest with you, what's sad is that I'll see pictures and I'll want to like it and I don't.
That's what I'm
because
saying.
I know a
'Cause you're
female's
ner-
going to be
yeah,
upset.
yeah.
But like
Right, yeah.
literally, it's a genuinely
Good
gorgeous-
picture.
Like,
He
like
looks
it's a good.
good,
You
yeah.
I know a
look
lot of
happy,
people-
Everything's good. Like
Yeah.
that's why you're posting.
You look
Right.
For
tan.
people
You're
that-
working out.
Yeah,
you got a
like,
new
what are you
haircut. Good
doing,
for
boo?
you.
What's
Right?
going
Yeah.
on?
Right.
Like, get
But
it.
as a man,
Right.
like I wouldn't care who you liked. I wouldn't give two shits because I know who the fuck I am, and
That's
if
what
I get
I'm
to go home with you,
saying. That's
I don't
Oh,
give
there's
two
a double
fucks.
That's what
standard
I'm
for
saying.
You know what I'm saying? But listen,
Oh.
try to think about your
Huge
girlfriends.
double standard.
But think about your
So-
girlfriends. No fucking way.
Oh, listen to me. I think girls can like whatever they want, guys cannot, and I think it's
No.
That's
super
true.
fucking weird.
That's true.
I think it's
That's
super
true.
We should
weird.
start a website.
Well, here's the
about
thing. My husband's super friendly. He is.
Yeah.
He is a super friendly, likable
is.
person. He is. So I'm like, listen, I know when I say don't do it, if you wouldn't do it in front of me, he would be friendly with a gas station
Well,
clerk.
that's what
like
I'm
you know
saying.
what I'm
Like, I
like.
don't
He
think
would.
there's
He's
any guy
naive,
that
and
would
he's
be
like,
around
I'm
me
just
that would
friendly, and
feel
like yeah,
that they couldn't be friendly with somebody
sure,
else. Like, no.
absolutely.
You're
I've been
rare.
on the phone with him.
You're
and
real
he's like,
fucking
blah,
rare.
blah, blah, blah.
I know I'm rare.
You're real
I'm
fucking
rare. I
rare
know,
because I'm gonna tell you right now.
I want my person
Dude,
to
as
interact
much
with-
as-
I want him to be kind.
I want you to be kind. I want you to make
Yes.
people smile. I want
Oh my
people
gosh.
to feel your love like
My-
I feel your love. Like what are you
Right,
talking?
yeah.
You're
My-
great. Like no, come on.
My
I'm
husband
gonna
was out
crawl
of
into
town.
this fucking bar right
No,
now.
No, my husband was out of town and he's like, babe, calls me at night. And he's like, I think I messed up. I was like, what?
Oh fuck.
All right.
Oh.
Because we've had this guy. I was like, this is how this will work. You're
Jesus
too kind and she'll
Christ.
pick up and you'll have to call me out of guilt because you'll be like, oh shit. Like, I didn't know.
That is
Right.
true.
And he was like, the lady brought a pizza box to the table and her phone number was on it.
Nice.
And I was like,
Okay.
makes sense. And he was
Yeah.
like, I was just being friendly. And I was like,
Well.
babe, that's fair. You're
Was
good
the
looking.
pizza
You're
good?
friendly.
Yeah.
It
Fucking
was.
love pizza.
If free
But you're
pizza
ki-
with her
but you
phone
get
number.
it. You
I'm
get-
like,
you
all
get it.
right,
You get
all right.
it.
But the guilt he felt that he was like, I don't know what I said. I don't know what I did.
It
did
sucks.
I'm like,
I have to be careful at
nothing.
work. I
did
truly
you
have to be
invite her
careful.
back to
You
your
did
hotel?
nothing.
Did
Yeah.
you call
No,
her or
nothing.
save it
You
into
did
your
nothing.
phone? And he's like, no. I'm like, then thank you
Yeah.
for telling me. That's
yeah, I
honest.
appreciate you. Like, that's
That's
cool.
honest.
That's cool.
But yeah, like
It was a
that's-
beautiful experience for me to like find my center again. Because you
Mhm.
get caught up in it. In the business I'm in, I have to talk to a lot of people, and you get people like I got very careful how I speak to people years ago because I
Oh my
don't
God, you
want
ha-
people
you
to
have
take.
to,
I don't
right.
want people to take like, oh, he's being super friendly,
You have to.
you know. And
Well,
I
you're
don't do it
touching them.
anymore.
There's a physical aspect to that.
I can't do it, so I
It's
don't.
literally embedding needles
Yes,
into
right.
like
I don't
Yeah.
touch people. You have to. You have to touch
Yeah,
people.
but
There is a
I've
connection
learned
there.
though,
Yeah.
even the way I talk, I don't talk graphically. Like before, it was old, it was old tattoo talk, and shops would get wild.
Yeah.
I don't do that shit anymore because I
Mhm.
noticed that like people would leave back in the day and like drop in my DMs, and I'm like, what the fuck? What?
What
and
did
then,
I say?
Like he said, I didn't know what I did, but I will say this: I have never felt more clear, like in my thoughts, in like I don't have to like answer a bunch of people. I don't have to do anything. Like I would prefer a person that literally can stand on their own fucking 2 feet and be healthy. And if you need me, I got you. I'll do anything,
Yes.
literally, whatever the fuck it takes. But in the same breath, I don't want you to like weigh and measure me every fucking day.
Yeah.
Like if
I-
you know how many friends I have on fucking social media,
would
I don't
imagine
even know
there's a
how
lot.
many.
I don't know.
There's probably
I
a
don't
lot.
know.
but what I'm
right.
saying, but if you know if that number changes, I'm sorry, that feels a little unhealthy, and I'm not trying to get my own personal shit with this, but and it sucks because really lovely people can get caught up in that kind of
Mhm.
that unhealthy kind of thing. You know what I mean? And like to me, it's like if I'm not doing anything wrong and I handle myself gracefully,
Yeah.
what point does it fucking stop? Like if you're
Mhm.
having sex with me, I think you should trust me. Is that fair?
I would hope so.
Right.
Well,
People-
most people
I'm
don't.
trying to figure
People are
this part out.
nervous. They're
Yeah, I'm trying to
nervous.
figure this
Why?
part out.
You know why I
But
think?
that's their
Here's my
shit.
theory.
That's not your
Here's my
shit.
theory. I was talking to somebody the other day about this, and they go, why are people so freaked out, and like why are girls so freaked out about their dudes always cheating? I go, because they know how easy it is, because they think about it all the
See, I'm
time.
not worried about it.
You know what I mean? But think about a
I'm-
girl that thinks about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they know how easy it is to do, and they might have had thoughts of like, man, I'm not really happy, because most people do. I mean, let's be honest. I always say you're
most
either
people what?
don't want to. They're thinking about getting out of the relationship. I always say you're at one thought away from being broke up with or breaking up with someone. One thought.
Most is strong.
Yeah.
Most is strong. That's a strong word.
Most is strong. All right, let me back it. How can I say it in a nicer way, or an easier way, or a proper way?
I would say I would agree that most people know it would be easy.
No, I'm saying you're only
Like-
one thought away from being broke up with or breaking up with somebody. Is what I'm saying. I'm not saying most people every day is like
Think
one
about
is
it.
one is feeling. No, I'm saying, but you're one. Everybody holds on to this thing like it's like you can control it, like it's air, like it's the weather. You know what I mean? Like you're a human.
Right.
You're made up of so many fucking
Mhm.
organisms and cells, and like
Yes.
your brain is going 4,000 miles an hour or 2 miles an hour.
Right.
I only get what you give me. I can't force it, and when I do, it's gonna fail. All I want is an honest, authentic, fucking reasonable,
Well, yeah.
and allow you to be you. You allow me to be me, and we fucking do it. I don't want to like every time I get squeezed so fucking hard, I just pop out of their fucking hands because I'm just like, what are you fucking doing? So this
Yeah.
is the weird thing, because they're like, you just do whatever the fuck you want. How do I know? Like I don't feel like you even want to be around me. I'm like, so I do exactly what I want, and I have you in my life. So how does that make any sense? Because if I do anything I want and I don't want you in my life, you wouldn't be in my life.
That
You
part.
know what I mean? I'm
That
real
part.
good at like being.
So here's the thing: is that I don't know. Like that part. I don't know what I want to say. Go give your. I don't know what I want to say. I don't know that part.
No.
It's hard. I'm very like disciplined in the way I do shit in life.
So,
So
do
basically,
people,
you're not needy. at all.
Right.
Yes, I love
People
being cuddled.
need-
I
No,
love.
no,
in that
I
sense
love
that
living
you
a
like-
life
you
of
like
service.
affection, but you're not need. You don't want anybody that's needy. I don't want anybody that's needy that needs to talk to me 24/7. But
Fuck
I want
no.
somebody that like needs me.
When I'm
See,
with you,
I
I'm gonna
need
be
to
present.
Needed. I need
You
to
like
be
it?
needed. I
And
do.
that's okay.
I do.
I mean, I want to
Not all the time. I don't want you up my ass.
But
But,
is
like,
it weird
it-
that you do it when you want it, and like the person has to fucking know that?
Well,
That's
well,
the tricky part, right?
If I
When
don't-
you find a person that's worthy to have all of your like you're married,
Mhm.
so you're need
twice,
Okay.
second time.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Do you think though once you find somebody that
Lets me be me.
yeah that
Are you kidding me? Listen.
That's why I got married the second time. I was like, oh
100%.
shit. Oh, I can breathe. You like me. You like me and love me for like the whole thing.
Even
See,
my
I'm
dark.
holding out, I'm holding out until I get that.
Even
I'm
my
done.
dark.
That's
don't
what I-
care.
that's
I'm
what I
holding
got.
out.
I want it
Right.
even in the dark.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Not if I'm
ho-
being
holding
abusive.
out.
But look,
No, for
I'm
sure.
healthy enough now that I'm not being abusive. I don't call names. I'm not doing dumb shit. I'm not entertaining other
Fair
people.
fighting.
I'm not
That's what
doing
we
any of
talked
that.
about, right?
Yeah, fair fighting. I'm not doing that. Just like I run everything else in my life, I started applying what I'm successful at into relationships.
Right.
Weird. I feel much better. I sleep pretty good at night.
Right.
Mhm.
Doesn't mean they always work out, but that's okay. I always say people's bearings aren't rated for my speed, and that's okay. I seem like a good idea. I'm not.
I always say I'm great in theory.
Yeah.
I feel like that's like I'm great in theory. But I think I'm a really great. I don't know.
I always
don't
say
know
I'm
what
an
it's-
exotic car. Everybody wants to own one until they realize it's $2,500
But
to
see, I
change
don't
the
think
fucking
I'm
oil.
that bad though either. But
You're
I
not
feel
bad.
like for everybody, like I'm great in theory. I don't know what it is. Like
I know.
to
We
be
had that
honest with you,
conversation the other
I
day.
think I'm a whole package, and I don't know why I'm still out
Oh, see, you're successful.
here. I'm a whole package.
Pe-
I don't know what these people
Whole
are doing.
packages don't work.
They don't.
They
They don't.
Because you're a whole person. When I when
I'm
I
a whole
have
package.
Damn it.
when
I have faults, I
have
have
You want my
flaws,
pocket
but I'm
knife
a
so you can
whole
cut off a
ass
finger?
Package, baby, I promise you.
when
I'm a
I
whole
have
package.
couples counseling, so I use the imagery of a sphere. Like you need to be a whole individual. And if you're a whole individual, you might be lucky enough to find a whole individual to go with you.
I'm
Like
holding
roll
out.
And
around
you
each
can
other
just
a little
roll-
bit.
You can just go with
And
it.
sometimes they catch
But-
up, sometimes they lead, right?
Yes. But people are looking for a puzzle piece. You
Yeah,
are not
we
a
talked
puzzle
about
piece.
that.
I'm not a
You
puzzle.
are
Yeah, okay, fair.
not.
That is. So
Because
that's.
if you have all these jagged edges today, you'll
I'm
fit.
telling you.
You'll fit. 6
I'm
months
telling
from
you.
now,
You make it
will
fit.
not.
Look, we've all done
6 years
puzzles.
from
We're
now,
trying to
you will
slam that thing in there.
not. You will not. You'll ebb and flow, and if you have squeezed yourself into a relationship, that's trash. Like that won't work.
Even in your
Right.
family, that's trash.
Yes.
At work, that's trash.
Yeah, you will never be this same shape and size.
You know what I told that lady
forever.
who's very successful at her job? I said, do me a favor for the next 4 weeks. I want you to apply. You're an office manager. You run a big business. You make good money. You're a successful woman. There's something to be proud about. And I go, apply what you do at work to every aspect in your life and tell me what it changes in 4
Mhm.
weeks. And she looked at me. She goes, I have never thought about that. And I'm going, I feel like I speak another language.
Right,
Like, I'm
Oh,
just
yeah.
like,
right.
Oh, yeah.
how in the fuck
You're
do you not think
rocking
about that?
people's
Like,
worlds,
you know what I
right.
mean? Like,
Because they're in it. They're stuck in it.
no,
Yeah.
and that's like, you want success? Like, I don't even want success in a relationship. I just want like reasonable. I'm not looking for this like, oh, I want everybody to be envious. No, I don't give a fuck what anybody else thinks about my relationship.
Right.
I'm in it.
Right.
But like, I don't understand how people can overlook the simplest thing of like, what are you really successful at in life? Do that, like,
Elsewhere.
or how
Right.
you treat your true best friend with love and respect. Try that with someone you also
Right.
love and trade gravy with. You know
Right,
what I mean? I'm
right,
just saying
right.
it might fucking work out a little fucking better. I would say it would work out a little bit better.
So do you think you're a whole package?
I think I'm my package. I think I explained to her, I am a painting. I am a painting. Some of my colors will age gracefully and beautifully and get more enriched, and some will probably deteriorate through time because it's
Fair
just
enough.
life. You know what I mean? Like your patience kind of gets up and down. And I said, I want somebody who's a beautiful light that sits above me and goes, look at that detail up there. You never saw that up there, did you? I don't
Mhm.
want, but I'm good with that light on or not. I'm still a good looking painting. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I'm still a complete painting. You know what I mean? Like I said, my oils will change. My colors, my pigments might get, like I said, more rich or decrease, or who knows? The whole hue of the painting might change. It might soften, like most men do in their
Right.
older age. They soften a little
Yeah.
bit. Okay, I'm okay with that. But to think, like, I've had so many people, because people love me. They've always loved me. My mom says, she goes, since you were little, people just love you. And it's hard, because you got to make, that's a lot to keep up with your whole
Right,
entire
right,
fucking
right.
life. But they love me, but I almost feel like a woman would rather defend a shitty man and she gets to give those accolades than stand in the light of a successful man. Because you have to share a good man. You got to share him with the world as far as like, he
That's true.
don't just help
Yeah.
you. I'm going to help everyone. You know what I mean?
want a good man.
So that's what I'm
What's
saying.
good?
I want a good man that's helping everybody. Is that?
But
what
you got to
said?
share him. You got to share him with. I'm not saying
I'm
like,
okay
I'm not going to
I'm
leave you at
okay
the
share-
airport.
I'm okay sharing.
Right.
Just as long as you're giving me what I need. Do you know
Right,
what I'm saying?
right.
Mhm.
Which honestly, if you're a healthy person,
I
shouldn't
don't
be that
need, I
fucking
don't
much.
need that much.
But most people need a
'Cause you're a
lot.
whole
Touch
person.
me.
whole person.
Touch
Most people
me.
don't.
Yep.
Yeah.
Talk, make me laugh.
Love languages.
Yeah.
Your physical touch.
My physical touch. Just,
Yeah.
That's all you gotta do.
Right.
Boom, done.
Yep.
That's it.
It's not much. It don't
It's
take
not much. I'm really a whole person.
Right.
I'm cool.
Right.
I'm blessed. I'm
Right.
kicking it. Do you know
Right.
what I'm saying? And
So you're a whole person who needs a whole person who matches you.
yeah. So
That's
where
all
do
you
I find
need.
that
Right.
whole person?
It allows you to
I
be you.
drop him off.
It allow you to be you. You allow him to be him,
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah.
and you work the fuck through
Mhm.
it. I mean, there have to be certain things like you got to be attracted to him. You got to want to,
Sure.
you know, like people are like, well, Thomas, you got to find a girl that's like you. I go, I don't fuck me.
Yeah,
I barely
yeah.
can fucking stand me some days because I'm like, dude, calm the fuck down. You're like, you can't calm down. You got to fucking get this
Listen,
done.
I can't stand myself.
Okay. I just want somebody that when I'm around them, they're present, and you get to do some dope shit a few times a year and go on some trips.
It doesn't sound hard.
Yeah.
It is very hard
I don't
because
want me. I want somebody to balance me. That's what
Yeah.
I want. I want you to ebb and flow and ground me when I need it,
Oh,
and
for sure.
rev me up when I need
for
it. That's.
sure.
I want you to ebb and flow with me.
Listen, I'm telling you right now, I want a whole. I'm telling you, I think that there is a. Is that my phone vibrating?
dang, she's all live on her
I
phone.
am.
She's like, hello? Hello?
It's my daughter. It's my daughter. It's my bipolar daughter. Telling me
She's not bipolar.
She's
Not bi-
absolutely
she's-
not bipolar.
She's just a teenager.
Just a teenager with
Yeah.
hormones. A very emotional female. She is.
It doesn't change much, does it?
What? the
Because we're emotional
changing from
females.
16.
I've never dated dudes. I'm gonna assume they're just as problematic, correct? I've been horrible in
Probably.
my life until I really worked on it. I wasn't good at explaining things. I would destroy things. I felt like I didn't deserve to be happy, so I would
I
fucking
don't know, I'm raising a
sabotage
boy
the
and a
shit
girl,
out of it.
we'll see.
Boys can be good, but if they believe that, like anybody can be good if they deserve it. They feel they deserve it. Most men I know, if they fuck up or they don't live with their kids, they will wreak a lot of havoc because they feel like they don't deserve it. You know what I mean? And I did it until a good therapist, not Kelly, but you know, a good other therapist. She was dope, and she changed my life and made me way healthier. And from that moment forward, every month I could feel it like. And I started doing better
Treading
things.
water.
No, because
Right,
I used to be
yeah.
in a great relationship. I would take a fucking hand grenade out and be like, I don't deserve this. This is, you know what I mean?
Oh,
And I would just
sabotage,
fucking
yeah.
Yeah,
and blow
I'm
it
done
up.
with that. I'm not doing that.
I quit doing it.
I'm not doing it anymore.
I quit doing it.
I'm telling you right now, the next relationship, I'm not. I'm cutting all of it out.
Are you gonna have a cute boyfriend from Canada, like a picture you cut out of a magazine? Be like, he's super hot. He's in Canada. He can't come down.
I don't.
He's
no.
perfect. He's whole.
No, he's gonna land on my doorstep. I'm telling you.
It's it's
There's a lot of women are like
And
that.
I'm
If it
waiting,
can,
I'm holding
he has
out.
to knock on my door. That's what they say.
Really?
I'm not
I
going
know
out.
he's
Oh,
out
that's a
there.
very common thing.
I
They're
know
like, I'm
he's-
not.
I know
How do they
he's
get
out there.
pizza?
I'm not looking anymore. I'm done.
not-
I'm
no,
telling you.
looking's
People,
weird.
God, people
Looking's
just want to meet
weird.
in the old-fashioned
And I
way.
want
Organic.
I just want you to
I just want
introduce me to
genuine-
people. Yeah,
Just let me genuinely meet you. Let me genuinely meet you.
I like the grocery store.
Yeah.
Just like a
something.
normal place.
But listen,
Yeah.
here's the suck. You want me to tell you from a man's perspective? Because my friends are single, older men, right? My buddies. And my friend just moved back here. He retired. He's older. I mean, he's been doing this shit a long time. And he goes, I'm afraid to even talk to a woman because I don't want her to think I'm a fucking creep. How do I walk up and go, you look very lovely today?
I was thinking that the other day. Like nobody really goes.
You know, and he's a nice guy. It's Mike.
It's a
You know what I
loose
mean?
word.
Here's
Mike,
the thing,
right,
I
yeah.
almost wish
Mike's
there
not here
was more
tonight,
of
but-
that. If there was more of that, maybe I would.
do you always
Maybe
feel
he's been
like
out there? I don't know.
Listen, I was at the grocery or the gas station yesterday.
everybody's at the pizza shop with your husband?
Me and my kids are walking in. Older guy opens the door, tells my little 7-year-old, he's like, "Oh, let me open the door for the law enforcement." You know, making
Yes,
a joke because
yes,
she's
yes.
sassy. We leave. He opens the door on the way out, and my little 7-year-old is like, "Mom, he was creepy." I was like, "He was nice. He
creepy
was
at
just
all,
nice.
yeah.
He held the door for you." And my 15-year-old is like down her throat. You know, like he was just being nice about it. She was like, "That was weird." I was like,
How's that
was
weird?
That was kind, baby. You know, and like I'm trying to teach
Yeah,
her,
no,
but
yeah, no.
she's 7 and she's a female, so like there is a fine line between
If
being
they're trying to
kind
Unless
and
it
and
was-
like
get in my van,
uh,
you know, like, yeah.
right.
But just holding the door, like I was raised in the South,
That was
so we have a
nice,
But I
certain
mean, I
like.
feel that respect. I mean, if you get a
Yeah.
vibe, you get a vibe. Though at the same
Right.
time,
Well, she's 7. He was probably 57. So for
Right.
her, probably was creepy. Like, but my 15-year-old was like, he was fine, babe.
He was being
Like,
funny.
he
Some
was
old
just- he
dudes
was just
love to
being
talk.
cheesy.
And,
You know,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
just being nice.
That's it. I'm not opening any fucking. I open the door for everyone. I open doors to cars for women. I do what I'm supposed
I
to do.
appreciate that.
You know what I mean?
I
It's
went-
super
really do.
important.
My car door. You know what I've been noticing? Like I have like these like things, and I'm telling you, I'm not gonna set like.
You
that's
can't
one
say
of
them.
the
Don't
things.
say them. You can't tell them.
I'm
Yeah.
not gonna tell him.
You know what I'm
What
saying?
our
I'm watching.
expectations are?
No,
Yeah.
because listen.
No, I'm watching. I'm seeing if you do it.
Yeah.
Mm.
I want to know if you're
100%.
gonna do it. I ain't
See
gonna
how
say
somebody
it.
treats
I'm
other
gonna
people.
check it.
See how people
You
treat
open
other
my,
people.
You open my car door or close my car door.
It's a good
huge green
step.
That's a
flag.
big.
It's a good step.
Huge green. Like you're
Yeah.
doing something.
Yeah.
I've noticed like little
Yeah.
things like that. Like the older I get,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
like who I don't see anybody.
No.
I do it
opening
every
door-
time.
Better yet, I
Chivalry,
don't
right.
see chivalry. Like
I'm
I,
not
See,
joking.
yeah.
Every
My
fucking
husband-
time.
You
Right.
should. I,
I
feel
fucking
like
put
that's so
tires
necessary,
on
and
cars.
feel
I
like-
fucking
feel
change their
like-
oil.
yeah,
I fucking
right.
do their
Yeah,
brakes.
yeah.
I fucking.
I don't even need all that.
No, but
like,
I'm saying
I
I'm
got
not
what
going to
you're
listen.
saying,
But
yeah.
there's certain things like if my daughter's like she needs to go to get a prom dress, you're like I got you.
Right.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
But I'm saying
yeah.
there's an equal. I'm not saying you can't. I can't do that or you can't
Right,
do that.
Right.
But I'm saying I know girls. They're like their car's fucked up, and I go, don't you have a dude? And they're like,
That's fucked
yeah.
up.
And I
think
go,
that's the same exact thing though for girls with guys.
What
I
the
feel
fuck
like if
is
you're with
that?
Somebody you guys should be looking at. Like,
Yeah.
no. If I had my, if my kid was there and I was like, hey, I got around the door. Can you pack her lunch? And you packed her an asshole lunch. I was like, baby, what'd she get you for lunch? Or what'd you get back for lunch? She's like, oh, it was a can of tuna, a rock, and a fucking Brillo
I
pad. I'd be
understand
like,
this.
what the fuck? And my friends would be like, you can't marry that bitch.
right.
So the same thing to me, like,
I was gonna say that's acts of service. That's what that is.
yeah, but
it-
my thing
What
is
is
this:
it?
even if a
Acts
guy
of
doesn't,
service.
Yes,
You want
yes,
somebody to
yes,
do for
yes.
you. My dad raised
Yeah.
me that he's like, you need one of two things if you're gonna marry somebody.
and you have a man for a dad,
My dad is a
elk
all-
hunting
yeah,
fucking
right,
man.
Yes,
Okay.
right. Montana.
So
shooting
her
shit,
standard's
right.
gonna
Yeah.
be,
He said,
you
I don't
know.
care which of these two you find, but he either needs to know how to do the things or make enough money to pay for the things to be done.
Yes.
Amen.
That's it.
Yes.
Either one.
Yes.
And
He
I
doesn't
feel
care.
that.
He's
No.
like either one.
I
That
agree.
If he's not handy, that's fine, but make money
That
and
part,
hire
I
a
will say my
handyman.
I will say that like my ex-husband was like that, and I expect every like.
Well, that's
if
how.
you
That's
can't
why you
do it,
married
then-
him.
Right.
That's why
one
you
or
loved
the
him.
other.
But all of my guys, like if you can't do it for me, you at
No.
least have to have the means.
I'm not
Yes.
gonna lie,
Know a
Dude,
guy.
like,
You got to know a guy.
You gotta know a guy.
dude. You gotta have a
period.
cousin or a fucking brother or a dad or
Somebody,
like,
right,
come on.
everybody's talents are different. So like,
And yes, that's why I
I
married him.
struggle. Right.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. That's why
Yeah.
I married.
No, dude, I have
Like-
I need kind.
There you
That's
go.
my biggest thing. I need fucking kind. I
Nurturing.
have daughters,
Yeah.
man. I do not want some fucking mean woman.
Oof, that would
Because
be
I would
rough.
just be like, no, you gotta fucking go. Because like literally, I'm not mean to my kids. We don't do that shit. My
Yeah.
house is calm. They fall asleep at my house. You know what I mean? Because they're
Yes,
calm.
Yes.
My house is a
yes.
place of peace, and I can't have that shit in my life.
Mhm.
And I'm very, like me, acts of service makes me the happiest thing. It
Mhm.
literally fulfills me more than almost anything in my
I want
life.
to do for somebody. I'm a mom.
Yeah. I've
I
been a
think
dad
You're
my
a
whole life.
nurturer.
I am.
You know?
I am. I am.
Some people aren't wired that way because they were raised by people that said if you do, everybody's trying to fuck you. I know you're either one or the other. I feel like other people are like everybody's gonna fuck you. Fuck them. They could figure like if you're dating a girl and her car is like unsafe, you're
That's
like
sure. I feel like as a man, just in general,
As a
so
human.
as a human,
Fuck.
yes. But I feel like even when you see a girl struggling at the air, like
there's a gender role there.
dude.
yeah, I
I've
think-
I've
what do you think
listen.
about gender
You know how much
roles?
shit
What
I
do you think
reach.
I
about-
think they're legit.
I think,
Like,
I think they're
mean, they are.
necessary.
Right,
Yeah.
I've reached
Yeah.
more stuff at stores than you know what I mean because I'm
Yeah,
6'2". You know what I mean? I'm like, hey,
Right.
let me get that for you. Let me carry that for you.
Right, yeah.
But I was raised with very good women in my family, like my grandmothers and my aunts and my mom and my, I love my sister and my nieces and my daughters.
Mhm.
I love women. You know what I mean? And I mean, like, but we also, they were such good women that
Yeah.
even the hardest men in my family that were like just tattooed fucking hellions, they'd go to my grandma's and they wouldn't raise hell ever. They'd be like,
Right.
yes, Dolly, what you need?
Yeah,
And they would
right.
take care of her. And that just
Respectful,
taught me,
kind,
like,
yeah.
and I grew up in Appalachia, West Virginia, too. So, like, you got to help people or you don't eat. Like, you
Right.
got to do shit or
Right,
you
right.
fucking die. It's not.
Right.
So for me, it's, but if you're dating a guy like me and you're selfish or you're insecure about the way you feel and everything's a threat to you, you might not want to date. And if it's like, well, you shouldn't be, no, then I'm not the right guy for you. It's okay. You can feel that way. Good fucking luck.
Right.
I had a girl one time at my shop say, I don't care if he's mean to other people as long as he's nice to me.
Ooh,
Yeah, I
That's
was like, good
horrible.
luck with that.
that's horrible.
Good luck, because that's going to be
I don't want
dangerous.
you
That's
to
an
end-
insecure
yeah.
woman.
No.
She
And that's
doesn't want him to be kind to other people.
No, she wants to keep
be the
everything.
only one, a small circle.
Well,
Yep.
like, like, if you got a fuck up dude and you're the only one, you have to defend him all the time, you're giving him his only source of, like,
comfort, support.
it with me,
right?
I'm uncomfortable with it. I was raised in Southern Pentecostal church. You know what I mean? Like, I'm, like, to me, if you're not humble, God will take it from you.
I
That's
agree.
true.
I
Okay?
agree. I
So
agree.
for me, it's always like, I do some successful things
Right.
in my life, but I'm not like, check
Right.
this out.
You
I'm
can't
doing
be-
this and I'm
Right,
doing
right,
that. Like,
right,
I
right.
just go, no, I'm just gonna
Yeah,
keep
you
doing
can't
this
be
shit.
bold and
You know what I
brassy.
mean?
Right, yeah.
No, because so I could see if I was like, "What's up, girl?" I meet a girl out when I'm with the girl I'm with, and like, "Hey, I do tattoos." Like, you'll never hear me. Like, it's quite the opposite. It's like
Right.
this. Hey, don't you? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just call me.
Mhm.
You know, because I don't want to fucking. I.
Why? Why is it? Why is it?
It's uncomfortable for me
Why?
because of the way I was raised. 100%.
What do
I
you
know
mean?
this because when you're raised in a Southern Pentecostal church and you're raised in Appalachia and you're raised around that, literally, if you're not humble, God will strike you. God will take it from you. I don't
Right, but
even
if
believe
somebody
in God
asks if you're
anymore.
a
I'm saying
tattoo
Yeah,
artist,
so
why are you not?
I because
it's not that you're a tattoo artist. It's
It's
the
the
fact that you're a
attention.
successful tattoo
Listen,
artist.
I'll just say it.
Okay.
I went out
That's
to
it.
a restaurant
Okay.
with my buddy and his wife. I usually go out with them once or twice a week. They're wonderful people, my dearest friends. We went to this little place. I ran into one of the most successful men that I look up to. He's one of the baddest motherfuckers I've ever met, and I brag about him all the time, literally,
I hope somebody talks about me like that.
because
one
he's
day.
dope. You know what I mean? Like, he's so fucking talented,
Have that be my
and he's
Absolutely.
kind, and
Anybody, I don't care who it is.
he's. I'm sure someone does.
I hope.
But he's graceful. He's kind. He helps people, and he was with a new girlfriend. And I go, hey, how you doing? I won't say his name, but you know, it was a wonderful interaction because I just love him. You know, I leave, and he messages me later. He goes, my girl goes, how do you know him? How do you know him? He's a famous tattoo artist. I'm like,
Oh,
oh,
are you famous?
no,
Are you famous?
I'm not.
And I did not know that.
No,
you're famous.
I'm not. I
know
was
that
laughing.
You do a lot of tattoos.
I know. I've done a couple, and I was laughing because I'm not famous.
Like 3 of mine.
Right. So I'm
Said
not.
none of mine.
Right.
Said
You know what I
none of
mean?
mine. Tattoos
So,
all my friends.
But here's what's funny. He goes, and he was very like honest, and he goes, I was kind of like a little like, what the fuck, blah, blah blah. I said, dude, I was bragging about. I literally was just bragging about you before I checked my messages, and they're like, hey, who's that guy? And I was like, man, he's the most amazing fabricator, this badass motherfucker. I mean, like literally, one of the smartest, baddest dudes I've ever met, and it's hilarious, like how weird. And I was
I
like,
just can't believe he's a famous tattoo artist.
Me either.
I didn't know it this whole time.
yeah, this whole time. So it's weird because like I've got to play music at a pretty high
I
level.
do hear about it. I mean, I do. I just okay.
It just sucks
Does
because
everybody know you around here? Because I'm not from around here.
it's insane.
Is it?
It's a real thing.
How many people do you know that know me? It
Quite
comes
a
up
few.
a
I mean,
lot.
to be honest
Quite a
with
few.
you, to be honest
Maybe-
with you,
A lot.
maybe
I know
not
1,
you
2,
by name,
3,
but your-
4. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Your
could-
shop. Your
Okay.
shop.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and you know it turned into that, and it sucks because no matter where I go, and I have had so many. I've only had like a couple girls in my life that didn't say this to me. Oh, everybody loves Thomas.
See, that
Oh.
that's the downfall. You're
Oh.
successful.
But
So
'Cause
why
they-
would
now
you know what I
why is
mean?
it- why is why are you with anybody who's not like?
Because they don't say that in the first fucking 3 months. They don't fucking know.
I want somebody that everybody loves and
You-
praises.
I mean, because for me,
What
it's like
about
this.
somebody who
I
praises
want
me?
that. That's what
Yes.
I'm saying.
But I'm at
See,
home
that
watching
makes
Antique
everybody
Roadshow
like
with my
that.
dog playing guitar. I'm not out being a social butterfly. I'm not.
Because you don't
Right.
have.
I'd
it at
rather
the end of the
literally. I've
day,
been
right?
remodeling a fucking bedroom this week.
I mean,
Mhm.
I'm
And it
not a
makes me
social
super
butterfly
happy.
Either.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I'm saying that makes me more happy.
I was playing
don't mind-
Pokemon Go
I
last
sit in my
night
bed. I was
with my friend.
I
Like
was
I
doing
like I
back
right,
somersaults in my bed last night. That's
Yes.
literally what I
Nice.
was doing.
That's
Yeah.
good stuff.
right. I watched Wednesday with my daughter. I
I love that. I love that. I love that show.
that's
But
what I do.
that's where I
Like-
struggle, because it's like buying a very fancy car and getting mad every time you walk out of Giant Eagle because people are like, "What the fuck? This is so fucking cool," and you're like,
Right.
"I'm just trying
Can
to."
I see it?
I'm just
Can
trying
I
to-
sit in it? Right. Yeah.
Right.
I just want to go home.
I don't know.
I just want to go home.
I
Think
get
about
it. I mean, I get no.
Does that make
those
sense?
People that have the nice
Right.
cars want that.
Well, yeah,
attention.
but they bought it.
Then
That's
why
what
did
I
you
think,
buy me?
like,
You know what I tell 'em?
why? Yeah.
Date a fucking chubby dude with a beard that fucking has a Mossio cat on. Date him. Leave me the fuck alone.
I know that guy.
I ain't your guy. I don't go out trying
Right,
to get
they want the-
attention.
they
I
want
don't.
the
I don't give a
success, but
fuck.
they
It makes
don't
me
want-
very uncomfortable.
Mhm.
I've been a singer in a band since I was 20 years old. Guess how many girls I picked up at a show?
0.
Never. Ask
I don't
Justin.
mind
He's
it.
played
I
with
think
me
I've
since I
gotten
was
used
20.
To people having materialistic
Aw,
things that
yeah,
like I've
right.
gotten. But for like,
Thank you, sir.
I feel like I've come to just. I'm not a. I don't feel like I'm a very flashy person, but
I'm the furthest. Like when I'm on stage, I do a thing, and that's a very specific. That is the only time in my life that I feel completely free in my entire life.
The only
It's the
time.
only
yeah.
time that no one can expect me to do anything else. I can't do anything else. I can't be of service to anyone else. I can't do anything. I can't worry about anything because I have to play and I have to sing. My brain has to do a lot of shit at one time. I have to not trip over chords. I have to look kind of cool. I have to do all this shit. It is the only time, and I've had girls go, why can't you act like that when you're home? I never see you that happy there. I'm like this.
It's a whole thing.
I
It's a whole
go,
vibe for
yeah,
you. That's your
dude,
place.
it's my
That's your
literally.
Place. That's your happy place.
It's my happiest, like, because it took a ton of discipline to get there.
Yeah.
I'm proud of it, but I love playing music with my friends.
People really say that too. I can't.
They've
imagine.
all said it to me.
If I'm ever that person, if you guys ever catch wind that I'm that person that
I'm
says
pushing
stuff
you
like
down,
that,
right in the mud.
better. I will be pissed.
I'm bringing up this like tape. I'm like,
You better.
right,
You better.
today you did this shit.
So you're
So-
on cloud 9 when you're on stage.
They're,
When I come
and they're
home
miserable.
so my full-time job, I'm a therapist.
Mhm.
My part-time job, my private practice, I'm a therapist. When
With your
I come
best
home,
friend.
sometimes I'm like, I don't want to.
No
I don't-
problems.
I don't want to speak.
I don't
I
want
want
to
to
pick
watch
dinner.
Friends.
Mhm.
I want to bake. I love to bake.
Yeah,
Like I want to bake. It's a recipe. It's regimented. Like I just want to do the things.
it's factual.
And I love my kids. I will help my kids no matter what. But I'm like, don't call me.
That's
I
some
don't.
dumb
I
shit.
don't want to
Yeah,
talk.
No, yeah.
I don't want to
no,
talk.
Yeah.
I want to lay on the couch and
I
watch
wanna do
Wednesday.
nothing. That's the part.
I want to
that's-
play Pokemon Go
that's
with
the
my
part that
son.
I
Like,
like.
that's
Yeah,
like I
yeah.
don't.
The John Mayer explanation of a perfect date. He said, I want a girl to call me and say, hey, can I use your Wi-Fi for about an hour and a half? You can talk to me if you want to, or not talk to me if I want to, but we can just be in a room together. He goes, that's my idea of a
That's all I
perfect date.
I love that.
I was like,
Oh my
Love
gosh,
that.
stoke up the fireplace.
because
I'll
like
just be
I'm
like,
I'm
And
always
just-
working on
I just
stuff.
This
wanna
is why I need
I
like
want
a
to
smoker.
eat and drink, and
I'm
that's
a weed smoker.
Right.
I just want to lay in bed and puff on some weed and not say a word. Maybe listen to music. Maybe
Yeah.
say a word. Watch a movie.
I always feel like I asked her about this, like the polarity of life. People who need it end up with people that don't. You know what I mean? Like it's like that yin and yang, that even negative and positive. But I don't like using the word negative because
Sure.
But like if you need that much from a person, like I've been madly in love with a person that needs that kind of just an enormous amount of attention. I just can't. No matter what I did, it wasn't enough.
You don't have it.
And for me, very much a struggle because I don't like to fail. I
Yep.
like to do everything at a
Yeah.
very fucking high level, and I couldn't. But I was honest about it. And but it's frustrating because it's like that casual, like not casual, like I have no problem being monogamous. I have no problem being just that person. You know what I mean? I've grown into that man that I don't need any attention because I don't care. It's not real. When a girl gives me attention that doesn't know me, that's why I never picked up a girl to show. Do you think I want a girl that likes me just because I play in a band? That's dumb.
Yeah.
That's gross.
Dumb.
It's gross to me.
It is.
I'm sorry.
It
Like
is.
you don't know me. I could be a
It
fucking
is.
serial
When
killer.
you were younger, though, were you different?
No, ask Justin. I've played with him since I was 20. I've played
Yeah.
more shows with that guy in there than I have any other human. And I asked him and the other guy, that Mike, that does the show. He's off today. He's not feeling well. When I told him that, like, girls are like, man, you fucking, you play in a band. They literally laugh out loud. All my bandmates go, you, the guy that doesn't talk to anyone. Like, I'm so
Yeah, they
obsessed
have
with
to seek
guitars
you out. Right.
that, like, I get to do this for 4 hours. I get to play fucking music loud with a real drummer.
Yeah,
It's so the
that
best
is a
thing
whole
ever.
thing. That would be a whole
And
thing, especially
I
with
don't
some
ever,
bands
and as soon as
music.
I'm done, because I'm such a psychopath, everything's wrapped up perfect. Everything's neat, and I'm loading out. I don't talk to it like I won't. It freaks me out because I wouldn't want you to fall in love with me if I was a tow motor driver.
Yeah.
Okay, I want you to be like that.
Part, yeah.
He's sweet. He's funny. He's dumb.
Mhm.
I love all that dumb shit about him. Not he plays, because here's the thing. I'll be playing in a band, and some girl that I'm seeing will always, not all of them, most of them, they get their shitty friends and that are next to them, and they're like, when I'm at the end of the gig and I'm packed up and she's standing there with her purse,
Just waiting
I'm
for
like,
you
hey,
to be
what's
done.
up? Good show, right? I'm like, I'm
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
happy
Yeah.
because I had a fucking great show.
Yeah.
Who is that girl looking at you? I go, what girl?
Which one?
Like, not to be a dick.
Take back.
Why is this girl staring at you?
Or I'm just that different.
But I go,
I just don't think I care.
they're like, why is
I
this
don't
girl
give a fuck
or
anymore.
looking at you? And I go, well, I'm a pretty tall guy with a microphone and there's lights on me and I'm singing.
What do they want your answer to be?
I-
I can't tell you
I
why
don't
this
know.
dude is staring at me.
You know what I
No,
started
see,
saying?
I'm the opposite. Like if you showed special interest, like that might tweak me a little bit. You know, like
Right, but
if
how
you
am I
were
asking
giving
you?
Okay,
something,
One
then
girl showed up. I
maybe-
can remember one instance. Okay. And I'm just gonna say it. The girl I was with was a beautiful girl. We're not talking like some fucking, you know what I mean? Like, that's my girl. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I literally jump off stage in between sets and there's a song playing. I just grab her and dance with her because that's my girl. And she's like talking about this girl, and she's like, "Will you talk to her?" I go, "She goes like this. Come here." She asked me about a fucking tattoo. What do you? I go, "Call me the fucking shop." Like, I don't. And that was
Right.
Was she always like that, or is this just like on an occasional?
what I
thing?
well, whenever they're drinking and they're at a show,
Yeah, well,
it
yeah.
kind of goes hand in hand.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I've had girls back in the day where they're like, "How come you stopped inviting me to shows?" And I was like, "Well,
You're a fucking psychopath.
because I want to enjoy it, and not just that. If
Yeah.
you're sitting in the audience and you're my girl, I still am gonna have like when I say I'm totally free, I'm still gonna have like eyes are on you, making sure you're safe.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean?
So
Like, I'm
what
gonna
is
make sure
the
you're good.
problem?
You know what I mean? Because they can't. They feel so threatened by everything that everything could like. But what you it's that ancient Chinese parable. What you try to avoid, you create. So if you're constantly like, I'm with a good ass dude. He opens a fucking door for me. He builds shit. He fucking helps people. He's still sweet. Makes good food. Kick ass guy.
Yep.
Everybody wants to steal him.
That's why I'm done telling people about my people.
Everybody wants to
I'm
take him.
done. When
You
I
know, like
finally
those people
got
that have
done.
really nice cars, but
You're
they
not
won't
gonna brag
drive them.
about 'em
I'm
anymore?
telling you right now, it's a thing. People will try and take it.
But you gotta trust me
It's
that I wouldn't allow
sad.
that to be taken.
Well, and like I guess that's my thing.
Right?
Those girls
No,
in the
100%,
audience.
Because if you keep
but it's-
accusing
but
me
it's-
of it-
but it's I'm not going to accuse you. Let it play out.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
But I don't
If he can-
entertain
If
it.
he
Will
can
always
be
come to light.
taken, then
Right,
I've-
but it is a thing. I
It
will
is a
notice
thing,
that I
yeah.
talk to guys,
Oh yeah.
and if somebody catches wind, there'll be about another 5 that are follow,
Yeah.
like and happy about it, like and just like
Just waiting.
yeah,
Just
yeah,
waiting.
like it's absurd. And I
I don't
only-
fall
I
for it.
only
I'm
attract-
borderline on the spectrum. I'm like Sheldon, okay? Literally. I'm like I've had a girl, you know, people are smelling blood in the water right now and they're coming around and I'm just like this. Like, you don't know me. Like, nothing's less attractive to me than someone being flattering to me and you don't know me. That
Yeah.
means
What are you
you're-
attracted to?
too.
Right. Yeah.
my physical
is it?
appearance. You know
Yeah,
what I
like,
mean?
I
Right.
want to know what
Success.
What makes me attractive to you?
Right.
I do that to people. I'll
Right.
say that to guys. Like what?
Right. Because I'm a fantastic hot mess. That's what I tell people all the time. I'm
Yeah.
like, so what is it?
Or
See, I
you're
try
in-
to stop
like,
doing
I've
that.
had guys be like, "I'm in love with you." What are you in
Oh,
love
love
with?
bombing.
No,
Love
no,
bombing.
I-
Right.
Wow.
I do. Well, you're in love. I had
You
somebody
are a
cry.
whole package,
What is
Ashley.
it?
Jeez.
Right. What did I
What
You're
is
do?
famous.
What did
You're
I
famous.
do?
I'm not famous.
What
You're
did
famous.
I do? And if you're that in love with me, then why is this?
Yeah,
our
here's my Venmo.
interaction
Here's
of
my
you
fucking
telling
Venmo.
me that you're in love with me. Like, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Pay
if
my
you're in-
car note then.
No,
Right?
please
Well, I'm just
don't
saying,
money.
like, you know what I
No,
mean?
Again,
Come mow my fucking grass.
At that point, make me like you.
Fuck yeah.
Right.
At that point, make me like you.
Listen, I would.
Especially if you're gonna say it's my loss and you're coming in crying, saying that you know, like.
I've
what
only
did you
had a
let-
few really shitty
How are you
relationships in
love
my
with
life.
me?
I'm pretty lucky. I weed them out pretty quick. I've only had a
Yeah.
couple in my life that were super like. I've only had two, honestly, that were
I've
like.
had one. Like really, like actually shitty. I've one.
I've had
one.
two.
What?
A real, like a shitty relationship.
I've had two.
Like
really
like a
shitty-
toxic I've had one, and that's not.
Yeah.
It's not even my ex-husband.
I've had
My ex-husband
two.
is a fantastic
No,
person.
no, my
He's just
ex-
not.
no, my ex-husband's
He's just not
great.
my person.
Joel,
he's
you're
a-
great. We love you.
Yeah, he's a fantastic. But I'm not even like I have one that
I
I'm
have
like
two.
I have
that
two.
one really
I have
rocked
two.
my world.
I have two. One was my very first, and one was my
Yeah.
most recent. And
Mm-hmm.
Just
I
two.
Snuck
can't-
up on you, huh? Right.
Oof.
Yeah.
Both Geminis too. I just too.
Oh
crazy.
shit.
Mm.
Yeah.
Are you a star racist?
I don't think I'm a star racist, but I will tell you that I'm.
I've had
But
girls who are
you
like,
ask-
"What's your
Yeah,
sign?"
No,
I was.
I don't really. I don't ask. I don't ask. I think it's definitely.
Oh,
a
this is a whole
conversation
nother
starter.
show.
But I
You might have
will
to do a
say that
part
We'll
two,
have you
Ashley.
back. Right. We'll have you
I
back.
mean, I will always try another Gemini, but
Are you a Gemini?
I'm a Taurus. I don't know.
I don't know what that means.
I don't either. I
I'm
don't
a
know.
Virgo.
You're a Virgo.
I'm a
I
Virgo.
don't really know what it means either.
What
I
I'll
just
tell
know-
what I'll tell you is everything I read about a Virgo.
Are you in
I'm a-
September?
I'm 10th. I'm a super Virgo-y Virgo. Everything I read,
think
I'm like
I think
that
I'm a-
that
I think
registers.
I'm a weird, quirky Taurus. I mean, I
Are
do.
you?
I think I'm very earthy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know what a Taurus. Like I know
Yeah,
this.
I
I've
know
had
that.
girls go, "Oh my God, you're a Leo," and I was like, I don't know what
You're a
that
Leo.
means.
See, I know that Leos are feisty,
I know Leo's
And-
so feisty.
and most people go, "Oh."
I think I'm really close to Cancer though.
Mm.
Ooh, Cancers are emotional.
Yeah, I know I have this really,
Well, they
you know,
say
rigid exterior, but
they do like the whole like rising.
Oh yeah.
Whatever,
Oh, I just
whatever,
looked into my
whatever.
moon sign and my like
Like,
sun
oh my
sign.
God, you
I
guys go deep in this shit, huh?
I have a horoscope
I-
thing on there. But
People
be
come
honest
to me
you,
with a lot
I'm
of different
Taurus all the
stuff,
way
right?
through.
Yeah.
Besides the Cancer, I'm true Taurus.
Really?
Like, yeah.
Yeah. I'm like 2 of the 3, like Virgo,
Yeah.
Virgo.
Is it that
something
close?
else. Yeah.
Yeah.
For me.
So I should
it
probably
is,
look
right,
into
yeah.
this.
For me.
I mean, what's it gonna
Honestly,
change?
people will
That's
send
why
it to
people
me,
like
and
you
I-
are
and
a
I
very
find, like,
Virgo,
a lot of
Virgo.
other Tauruses are super weird. Like we
Yeah.
don't really.
Doesn't
We're
jive.
quirky.
Right.
Yeah, we're just quirky. I can't. I don't know.
Oh,
I'll
now I'm
take it.
curious what a Leo is.
See.
You guys are the superior of the superior. You
Something.
guys are the lions.
Jesus.
See, a
warriors.
Virgo, we're super independent.
Virgos. Yeah.
We're
When's the Virgo birthday?
I'm September 10th.
September.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Right after
okay.
him.
No, I do.
I'm like
okay,
almost
Yeah.
almost a Leo.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But all
Virgos
of
are
my
super
exes
independent.
Geminis.
Yeah.
Even my ex-husband was a Taurus Gemini cusp, so I do have something with that. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna stray away from Geminis.
Justin's a Gemini. I
You're
do
a
know
fucking
that.
Gemini, stay off my phone line.
No
Lewis.
shit. I don't. I mean, I just know this. That is. you did. You did date a Gemini. It's. I mean, I don't know, man. I know this. I wish we'd be a little bit more honest with each other. I wish we would actually do a little bit more research before we like fuck with each other. You mentioned something the other day when we were talking about this podcast about coming on, and you said that people try to match your energy, and that kind of falls to the wayside pretty quick. And I like when you say match your energy, like I thought about that, and I was like, because I'm not being an asshole, but for somebody to match my energy, it's like I don't even think about other people as much as like I'm so like I got to take my daughter to school every day. I got to pick her up every day. I got to work in between that and then work again.
Right.
I'm always like,
Yeah.
I don't have
feel
time.
Like what I'm finding is, or what I have found is that like people assume or think that they know what I am based off my social media or what they heard or where they first
So
met.
they-
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
right,
And then
yeah.
like they like put on like this poser act. Like I'm a big weed smoker.
Yeah.
We all know that.
Right,
I'm
yeah.
known for smoking my weed, having my weed.
is that how they breach a conversation with you about
Oh
weed?
yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And then
Is that like an in? Or are you like, oh yes, please, let's talk about that? Are you like, I mean,
they just always think
right,
with
yeah.
the weed, and you have your non-weed smokers, then you have your weed smokers, and the non-weed
Right.
smokers are the biggest posers, right? So like, and it's like, baby, you don't smoke. Like,
I've
and
never
don't,
smoked.
and don't pretend to smoke.
Right.
Like, you don't have to. Like,
Right.
I don't.
Not my thing. Right.
I
Yeah.
don't care.
More
if
weed
you're
for
a
you.
Smoker. I don't care. Facts.
Fuck,
Or-
right?
or
I
better
don't
yet-
care.
or
Listen,
better
I don't
let
want
me
you to
give
play
high for the
guitar.
first time.
Right. Yeah.
You
Let
know
me
what I mean?
help you.
Yeah,
Right.
let me help you. Like, but I have a lot. I have a lot of guys that, or I have like more of a rough exterior.
Little edgy.
Very.
Yep.
So I'll get like guys that like come and try and like tell me like these like gangster stories. Like first of all,
You're like, I'm a single mom,
First
motherfucker.
of all,
Right.
don't be bragging and be
Right,
proud of
yeah.
that story. Second of all, did you make it up? Like, what is going
Right, you're
on?
like,
Why
just
are
so
you
we're
bragging
clear, I
about,
am-
like,
I
your-
am smoking in my robe at 9 p.m. Just so we're
Watching
clear. Like,
Friends.
nothing, right? Watching Friends.
But
I
yeah,
don't. I
do,
don't
and
need
feel
you
like
to
with
be.
yeah, like I feel like with social media, like I like really like honestly, like
Yeah.
I'm in bed stretching, doing back somersaults,
Right,
like,
right.
watching Netflix. I'm doing
Yeah.
nothing. Like, but I have found that recently, like just trying.
They
to
think
go
you're
on
walking
dates.
around in heels and booty shorts.
I don't know what they think.
Yeah.
Or they think I'm fucking clocking back fucking guns and shooting people.
My buddy,
Obviously.
Yeah, literally.
Right.
I get that vibe.
Literally.
I have a bandmate in one of my bands, and he always says, he goes, I'm always amazed at what people talk. They always ask about you, and their idea of you versus the reality. They go, they think you're at
I
home
would
with
love
like,
to hear something. Yeah.
oh yeah,
I would love to hear.
yeah. And he goes, they think you're at home with like a velvet robe on with girls rubbing oils on you and like doing crazy
Yeah.
shit. I'm like, I'm at home
Doing nothing.
playing guitar, watching Antique Roadshow with my dog, and
Right.
like planning something or working on something.
Somebody
Eating
was
ramen.
asking my kids and my
Yeah, eating good food.
Right. Yeah.
Somebody was asking my kids, like, what does she do? And they're like, nothing. They're like, no, really, what does she? And they're like, nothing. She sits at home in her bed,
She's chill.
smokes her weed, and watches TV. Like she doesn't
Right.
go to. Like I don't do anything.
Yeah.
Right.
I
Dude,
really
I'm like a
don't.
dad. Like I, you know,
Mhm.
like I
And
take
I'll
care
be
of
by
my
myself
kid.
too, because I only have my kids 50% of the time,
Right,
so I'm
yeah.
literally not doing
All
anything.
by yourself.
And
Loving it.
I love it, and that's
Loving
why
it.
I'm whole.
That's what. See,
That's why
that's
I'm
why you're
whole,
whole,
'cause
and
I
that's why
learned
you
to
need a
sit-
person that adds. I don't.
learned to sit with
I don't
it.
need you to fill me
Most
up.
people can't be
Uh-huh.
alone.
Right.
Oh, I learned. I sat there. I said, but you're going to be alone. You're going to be alone. You are
You got to
going
be comfortable with
alone.
it.
Did you figure it out? How long did it take? Not long, did it?
Well, I've been divorced 5 years, so I think I've always kind of sat with the you're gonna, you know what I'm saying?
Did you protect it because you didn't want somebody else to be able to take it from you? You didn't want to feel ever threatened again. You know what I mean? Like some people stay alone because they're like, look, I don't want to deal with the breakup anymore. I don't want to deal with my shit being moved out. I don't want to buy another
Well, I'll tell you
house.
that I'm not doing like that. That's
Yeah.
one of my big things is
Yeah.
I'm not doing
100%.
that again. Do you know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
like
Fuck
having
yeah,
my
I know
own
what you're
stuff.
saying.
But I had to sit with myself in order to continue to have my own stuff.
But even when you're
to
with
keep my
somebody,
own- like do you know, like I really had to
Yeah.
sit with myself.
Right.
I got
Like you
married
had your
really young.
shit. Like
Yeah.
you had your shit, and you're like,
Yeah.
I have to deal with. I have to
Yeah.
figure this out.
Yeah, and now that I feel
Yeah.
like I'm this whole person, like
Yeah,
I feel like
right.
I'm a whole package.
Can I-
like so.
I'm a whole package. Like I really do, because I sat with myself.
so even when you're with somebody, aren't you technically still alone? I mean, this is where I think about things. Like I go
don't
deep.
know. Yeah, you go deep.
But
I
one
don't
thing
know.
is this:
I
what
don't
I'm
know.
no, what I'm saying is you're still your own entity.
Yeah.
Like
you still
we're
have to sit
taught,
within yourself.
society teaches us that like no, when you're with somebody, you have to like
Oh my
do
gosh,
all this
enmesh,
interlocking shit.
enmesh.
And like me, like
No,
I want to
that's
be
so
me.
unhealthy.
And when you start taking from me and pruning me, then I
No.
don't feel like a good
No,
tree.
don't take from me. I should. If
Right.
I'm in a relationship, I should still be able to sit
Right.
No,
with
I'll
myself.
add to you, and you add to me.
Please.
That's what it is.
Please.
Now, if
right.
I'm doing
Please, 'cause
something
there's
that's
a lot
like-
that could be added to me,
Yes,
and I have a lot
sure.
like there's
Yeah.
so much.
Support
That's what
me,
I'm saying.
encourage
Grow.
me,
Watch me
right?
grow.
Yes,
Watch me grow.
right.
Support me.
Hold
grow.
my hand.
Do it.
Don't hold me back.
Do
I
it.
don't want a
Hold my
leash.
hand,
Hold my
interlock,
hand.
yeah.
Just right.
That's what
I
I'm
want.
looking for.
It's
Yes.
fucking hard, man. Because most people are not secure enough with themselves to stand up on their own 2 feet.
That's what it is.
It's true.
It's the counterpart.
You know, I
to
mean, I've
find
suffered
that
with
is
it a
hard.
lot. You know what
Yep.
I mean? And most people do. You know, but like I can feel it with me personally that it's like they like the idea of me, but the truth of me and the reality of me is it's even my friends. My friends have told me. He goes, "You're hard to be friends with sometimes for people." I've watched it. He goes, "Not for me, because I only surround myself with like
Same.
when I look around at my friends, they handle their shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?" So he goes, "I watch guys that can't handle you because you just," and he goes, "You don't even pay attention." Because I'm like, "What are you talking about?" But then I started looking, and I was like, ugh. But I don't want to down myself. Like
Right.
I don't want to
Mm-mm.
detune myself anymore. You know what I mean? And like,
no, I need power
unfortunately,
players.
Yeah.
I want a crew. Like
Yeah.
I want to.
it's hard because most people can't. Look, if you're failing and you're around people that are successful, you're either going to move up or you're going to be like, fuck, and you're going to spin out of control because you're like, I can't handle the speed.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, I try to be a good human. Just like
Right.
consequently, like I'm not perfect, but like I don't know if it's they're not used to being with a guy who's loved. Yeah, I mean, truthfully, most men aren't loved. Most men are fucking
No.
talked to like dogs.
Yeah. No.
I'm
I
not.
Agree.
Dude,
I
even
agree.
my kids' moms, they're fucking nice to me. They're not shitty to me. They're not. I have wonderful relationships with my daughters. Like I
have
don't.
a great relationship with my ex. I think I have a good relationship
know.
with pretty much all my exes.
Yeah.
I don't.
It probably scares people.
What?
Because they want you to hate them. They
Oh,
want
it's
you. They want to
intimidating,
have
for
you
sure.
like. It's like when people
Yeah.
say, "I had a friend who said his." He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "You're very trusting." And I go, "Yeah, trust until you give me a reason not to trust you. But why would I start at a deficit?"
Right.
And
I
he
think about
goes,
a lot,
"Well, my
too.
dad taught me, you know, you shouldn't trust anybody. You shouldn't trust anybody.
they
Never
earn
trust
it,
anybody."
yeah.
I go, "No, your dad is saying you can only trust me." Like
Mhm.
people who talk about
Oh.
loyalty, there's no loyalty. I don't listen. I don't have to tell you to be loyal to me. You're going to be loyal to me because I'm going to be
That's right.
such a good man to you that you don't need to be like as a friend, as whatever. I'm going to do whatever, like to the point where you're like, I can't fuck him. He's a good man. If
Yeah.
I talk
Yeah.
about loyalty, there's something. You know what loyalty is? I'm gonna do some shady shit.
Yeah.
Can you not tell on me? That's what loyalty. When people talk about loyalty, pay attention.
Mm.
And I've never seen it otherwise. If somebody talks about loyalty, they're saying, I'm going to do some fucked up shit, and I
Right.
need you
I
not
want a
telling me.
blood oath.
Right.
I want you to ride or
Right.
die.
Ride
That's
or
what they
die.
want.
Okay,
Right.
but real
So-
ride or die is like, I got you.
Right.
I got you good.
Because I know you
bad.
wouldn't do anything on purpose. I know you wouldn't hurt me.
'Cause even
I know
loving you.
would- like, yeah.
If I was married to you for 10 years and you're like, I'm feeling this way, I just want to go move and go do this. And I'm like, well, I got to kind of take care of the studio, blah, blah, blah. I come visit you, like, okay. I'm not going to be like, well, that's not some kind of fucking marriage. I'd be like, I love you.
Right.
Yeah.
How can we make this
Yeah.
work?
Or
Yeah.
go, I'm going to set you free because I would prefer you to be fucking happy than
You got it really. You got.
then
Mm.
prune yourself to appease my fucking shortcomings. I talked to my friend's wife the other day because she's concerned about me. She loves me, you know what I mean? And she just wants to be good, and she's always worried that I'm not good. I'm like, I'm good. And she goes, I go, I could date somebody and not see them for 8 months if I could talk to them reasonably and know that they're good.
I mean, I've done it, so that's why I'm saying.
Yeah.
I know I can do it.
Because that's
do
a
I wanna
relationship.
Do it?
No, I wouldn't prefer to
That's
do it.
right.
I'd rather make out.
I guess that's where I'm.
You
like,
know what I mean?
Well, yeah, for sure. That's where
I'd
I'm
rather
kinda
make
like,
out.
You're a
I'm-
physical touch person.
Yeah.
But
so
what-
I've
Then how
done it,
strong
I
is the
can do it.
relationship? You know what I mean? Then how strong? I'm saying I wouldn't prefer it. But when people are like, well, that's not a relationship, I go, then you don't understand
Yeah,
what a
whatever they-
fucking. Because
yeah,
listen, I
yeah, I
got
agree.
friends that I don't
I
see for
agree.
months, and when
Right.
I see him, it's like I saw him yesterday. He's super busy. There's times I don't see him for a fucking month. But guess
Right.
what? I see him. I love him.
Right.
Nothing's changed.
Oh, yeah.
I
I
love
would
him.
need a timeline. Like if,
Reasonable.
If if
Dude, it's
like you said,
2023.
if you
Get on a
wanna
fucking
move 'cause
plane.
You want to go do that? That's fine.
You know, we're not on
I
old
love
ships.
My husband, like
you
I
know.
mean,
Right.
but I'm a physical touch and a quality time person.
I really, I
Right,
really,
so I'm like, all
I
right,
am
so
too.
like, what's our timeline?
Reasonable.
If you want to do this forever and I'm going to do
That
this
ain't gonna
forever,
probably work.
that's
I'm
not
either
gonna
gonna
work,
move or
right?
I'm gonna-
yeah,
yeah.
one or the
Yeah.
other. But if
Yeah.
we can come up with a give and take, I'll fly out, you fly back, and in what, a year,
Make it work.
2 years,
Whatever.
it's done.
Yeah,
What's
college,
our goal?
4
Right?
years,
Yeah. What's
whatever.
our goal?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. People, so we're going to wrap this up here in a minute
Mhm.
because we're getting to that point. I've noticed that people want unconditional love, but their love is conditional as fuck. And I think people should start asking themselves real questions. Them, not because if you put it on somebody else to constantly prove yourself to me, that's abuse.
Right.
That is
Mhm.
fucking abuse.
Okay.
Okay? Because it shouldn't be. You should already trust them and know them when you start fucking trading gravy with them and being fucking intimate with them. Okay? Sorry.
He
Yeah.
always says that. I know.
Be realistic about what the we're grown. We're not children. We're fucking grown. Act like we're fucking grown.
Or call it what it is. I guess that's my caveat to that. Like,
I'm just saying.
people hook up. You know,
No, I don't mind hooking up, but look, be realistic
Right,
about.
yeah,
Listen, if I
sure.
fucking go, I'm gonna fucking buy that car. Did you crawl underneath it? No, but fuck it, I don't care. It's fucking
the way it
$3,500. I'll
looks.
beat the brakes
Right.
off of it. I don't fucking care. Okay. There's certain things like if you meet somebody, like I'm not a big one night stand guy. It's just not really my
No,
bag.
listen, I'm having a hard time with this because I'm not. I'm one.
No.
I can't.
No.
And
I'm
we know
saying
people that can't. and
100%.
I can't.
Yeah,
That's
there,
not
there
me.
are
I
people.
can't.
I
So
Dude, I've
I
been-
hope
right.
that the person that I choose
No,
to
no.
Right.
I hope.
Dude, when I was young, girls used to break up with me because I wouldn't have sex with them. You know why? Because when I was super young, all my friends were girls at school. I didn't
Right.
realize it till later what was really going on because I was too busy worrying about tattooing and
Right,
playing music.
right.
Weird. It worked out. Okay?
Yeah, it did.
So all these girls at the lunch table would be like, oh my God, I went out with Billy and he's like a fucking octopus and he made me feel so uncomfortable. And I could see it on their face. Like they were super like fucked up about this. And I was like, well, I don't want to be too fucking forward with a girl
Yeah.
because, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
that's
it
fucking
hits
creepy.
different,
You know what I
right,
mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
So I remember a girl like broke up with me. I won't say her name, but it was funny. And then I was like, "What the fuck?" You're like, "Well, you said you wouldn't sleep with her." I was like, "I didn't know." Like, what the
You
fuck? I'm
didn't
fucking
know.
14 years old. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like, I started learning. You know, I could pick up
Right.
signals now. Where
Right,
it's like,
right, right,
hey,
right,
you know what I mean? And
right.
that we're adults and we can do
Right.
some adult shit.
Sure.
But I'm saying, like, I don't like being forward. I would prefer you to fucking because I respect women. And you know what I mean?
Yeah. At
Right.
what point though do you start sleeping with somebody and you have the discussion of where the understanding that they're not sleeping with anybody else?
I think if
Like I
you're
said,
having unprotected sex with somebody, you
That's a
should be.
discussion. I feel
That's
like
an
that
adult
because
when do
discussion.
you have that discussion? though?
there's a whole
I
because
feel like that
you and I are not that way and she is not that way, but there are people who
I
are
need
that
to
way.
know when you
that
have that
like
discussion
right. Right.
because I would like to think that if we're sleeping together,
I'm gonna say
that
over-
you're not.
I'm gonna say over three times. If you sleep with somebody more than 3 times, it's a relationship. It's not
I
casual.
agree. Okay.
That's not
See, I'll be
casual.
that girl. I will be that girl.
I
I'll
would-
put
and
it out
listen,
there,
if
and I'm like,
I-
listen, are you seeing other people? No, like
No, that's a
We're-
real. Listen, if you're having
And
sex with
here's how
somebody,
I feel,
Sure.
especially if it's on.
yeah,
like, if it's on,
right.
Yeah.
I feel like so many.
I'm gonna
I
say
feel
3
like
times.
Women get that stigma though that you don't want to be that girl.
That's what I'm dealing
I-
with
why
right now.
But
can't
you're
you?
gonna be that
I
girl.
am sleeping with.
but
that's
you're
what
gonna
I'm
be that
saying.
girl about me
Like,
going to see
I
your
need to
mom.
say-
You're gonna be that girl about me
Yes,
seeing your
yes.
fucking in-laws.
You are coming to
Fucking
my
just
home
get it going.
where I sleep, where my kids sleep,
That's what
where
I'm
my
saying.
like. So if
Yeah,
we are in
no.
that space,
No,
I
talk
feel
to
like
me.
I have to say that.
You
Like,
gotta talk to me.
Right, where are we at?
I have no. Listen,
That's my biggest fear. Is that
And
I'm
if a
gonna
guy
sleep with
has a
somebody
problem
and
with
it's
that,
like,
that's a fucking. That tells you
I
right
don't
there,
want you
right?
to make me look stupid. That's my whole thing.
do not
Just fill me
do
in.
not
Just tell me.
Make me look stupid.
That-
I am
That
pissed.
that is I would say that's most women's biggest trigger.
Not make me look
A
stupid.
lot of them.
You know, I'll deal with a lot of shit. I told you a lot of.
Well, I was
shit.
gonna say
Not
a lot
make
of them
me
are
look
down
stupid.
if you just put it out there.
Yeah.
But if you
Like I said-
misrepresent, it's a whole thing. It really
Do
is.
some people, but let's be fair. A lot of girls will be like, he made me look like a fool. I was like, no, he didn't want to see you anymore. That's not making you look like a fool.
I don't know.
I'm talking specifically
Okay.
about like.
So you gotta
are
be-
we
you gotta be a little bit more-
exclusive? Are we not?
Yeah.
You're
Right.
seeing somebody. I thought we. It's
Yeah,
lack
that's
of
a whole- that's a-
communication.
No, that's a real thing, and it's not
Right.
making you look stupid. It's making them look stupid. And
Yeah.
like, cause I've had people, they're like, well, blah 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 blah, I did this, and I was like, yeah, that's. But how that made you look stupid?
Right.
I go, how did their actions make me look like fucking anything? This is where my Sheldon comes out.
Yeah. Oh
Right.
yeah. Right.
How did their actions
Well, I
make me
guess
look
when I
like
say
anything?
Don't make me look stupid. Like don't allow
They
me
fucked with the brand.
myself to look stupid. Don't allow me to
second guess myself.
or to think that it's one thing and it's not.
You wanna
Because then
protect
I'm
the
gonna be
brand.
disappointed.
Right.
Protect the
yeah,
brand.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
My friend
But,
said that. She goes, I go, why'd you break up with that guy? I'm just curious. And she goes, I felt like when he was out, he didn't represent our brand.
Ooh, yes.
That's a good way of. That's
yes,
easy. It's really good.
That
yes,
is.
And I was in a
yes,
relationship for
yes.
2 years that we
Yeah,
kind of abided by that. We wanted to protect the brand, and it
Mhm.
worked. You know what I mean? Like
It
we wanted to
would.
protect the brand.
Well, yeah. Well, like you said, is it a one-off
nice.
or is it a thing?
It's easy.
Uh-huh.
I
Protect
don't-
the brand.
Protect the brand.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And it's our
Yes.
brand,
Yes.
and we get to have
God,
meetings.
That's a good
Same
one.
You
team.
know,
Same
we get to
team.
make
Right,
meetings.
yeah.
No one else in those meetings. Fuck your girlfriends. Fuck your family. Fuck them. No, me and you. We're the only ones. We're the
Protect the
CEOs
brand.
right
Yeah.
here.
Mhm.
Okay. And that's it. Protect that
Mm.
brand, and it worked. It really worked well for like 2 years for
Mhm.
me with that. You know what I mean? And
That's a
it's
mentality.
it's
Dropping
easy.
nuggets.
That's a mental-
Dropping
that's a-
nuggets
that's a
over there.
mental-
There
yeah.
you
You
go.
know.
Right, yeah.
So
It's
I,
protect
you know,
my motherfucking brand.
I'm famous
I'm gonna
tattoo
put that
artist.
on a mug.
You know.
You are.
Man, it's so stupid. This guy's such a badass dude. I was like, dude, you're the shit. I feel like a fucking idiot.
But
right
sure,
now.
I'm over here. Right, yeah.
A world
Right,
famous
eating by
tattoo
myself. You're with a beautiful woman. I don't know if you know this, but
I'm just
I
remodeling my
ate
bathroom
so
in my
much
spare
food. I
time.
thought I was gonna fucking die. Okay, and I went to my friend's house who has amazing desserts, and they're like, "You want anything else?" I was like, "No,
I can't.
no,
can't.
I'm
can't.
famous
I
and
can't.
be fat right now." You know what I mean? But no, it's all right.
I'm glad we established that I'm a whole person.
You are. Jesus, breaking shit. I love it.
And that's the reason why
What
I
is
haven't been
happening?
sealed down yet. They want jagged pieces. Is that what we said?
That's true.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
insane.
They want a puzzle piece.
They like the
They
idea
must
of
be
you.
dead.
Ashley, you
They
are not a
love the
puzzle
idea.
piece.
They love
I-
the idea of me.
Do you
But
think they
I
try
guess
too
that's-
hard? Do they oversell it too much?
I don't know what they do. They're not doing.
No,
whatever
but they
fuck
see
they're
the
supposed
puzzle
to do.
piece. I think you hit
Yeah.
on. They see the puzzle piece they see online. With this and but they don't even
there's
know
so many
you.
layer- and then they
and
get
like
to,
you
like, the
said, they love bomb, and it's like you don't even know.
I can't imagine
me.
that shit.
You just saw this one thing and this, and you
like,
created this
there's
whole
so
person
many
for me,
layers to
right?
me.
Like
And then I
you
think
don't
once they
know
start
that-
seeing the layers, like they almost get like intimidated. I don't know what intimidate. I don't know what it
Mm-mm.
is.
Dude,
we're
most
gonna have
people
to
are
have
intimidated.
a whole segment about
Yes,
successful
because
people
it's
and
a
how they don't know how
lot.
to.
It doesn't even mean successful like financial, like
No,
just
a whole person.
A whole person.
A whole person is intimidated.
Wait, you're saying they're holes or they're whole?
whole.
They're a whole.
W.
They
Sorry.
have
Yeah.
support. They have finances. They have
Yes.
intelligence. They have
Well,
hobbies.
then listen.
They
Okay,
have-
okay, ready? I'm gonna say this.
Let's talk
You're telling me
about
you
it.
have problems with men feeling that way? Well, imagine dating a woman, okay, that literally.
Oh, we're nuts.
Well, I'm just saying.
We don't
like,
know how to date a whole
as you
man.
talking, we
I
talking about
want-
role, like gender role kind of things.
Yes, that's
I,
important.
very few women have ever made more money than me. I'm not bragging. I'm just saying, like, I've just worked really hard to
Yeah.
get
Sure.
myself in a
Yeah,
career
yeah,
that I
yeah,
did
yeah,
well.
yeah.
I've always been, because I was raised, you just take care of the bills, and you know, dude,
Yes.
I've never made a girl pay for anything. So you know what I'm saying? Like literally,
Yes.
I fucking pay for everything, and I'm glad I do it. I do that because I love it. I do it for my
Mhm.
daughters. I do it for
Mhm.
everybody. I go to dinner. I love it. It makes me so like I can share. That's why I work, so I can share and I can do nice
Mhm.
things.
Mhm.
But like, you're saying, you know, they're intimidated by it. Well, what do they do with me? Because they are not just intimidated by it; they think somebody's gonna steal it.
Well,
Someone's
yeah.
gonna take it.
But,
They're gonna
like-
see how great you are, and they want to take it.
Again, you need a whole person.
Right. The opposite of
well
that
done,
is we assume, we being females, assume
I
that
like
somebody
this.
wants it.
That's a big state. What did you tell me earlier?
But
Walk it back. That was good.
but the alternate, what if I make a lot of money?
Fucking A.
You make a lot of money.
I'm in.
I make a lot of money.
You know why I like a
don't
girl that
need
makes
your
good money?
income. Do
I
you know
love
what
girls.
that does to a
Don't need-
man? Oh my God.
Fucking
get
sign me
out.
up. Sign me up. You know why?
Oh.
Because you take care of your shit.
I don't
and
need
you're
you to
happy.
pay my bills.
You know what I mean? You're happy.
Right.
You don't have to pay fucking rent. You don't
good.
have to pay anything. I'll take care of everything. You buy your shit.
Nothing.
Right. I don't need
How about this?
anything.
How about you
I
buy
want-
plane tickets for
I
us?
want
need-
you I want you to be my
I don't
partner. I don't
need you.
need any part of that.
But
And
is that the
want
polarity?
you.
They're back to the
That-
polarity.
that is
Givers
what
end
they
up with
struggle
takers. Givers end up with takers.
Yes.
Very few
Right.
givers are together, and very few takers are together.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just fact, man. And it's interesting because I've dealt with it my whole life. You know what I mean? But
You don't need a woman.
fuck no. But
You
that's
would
the
take
thing.
one? You know
I
what I mean?
love
Like, I
them. I
would,
adore them.
yeah,
I honor them.
I-
I fucking everything
I
about it
would-
makes me so fucking happy because literally, it's a. I love a life of service, so it really helps
Yeah.
me to facilitate that. My kids, they're at the age now. They're two of them are grown, and the youngest one's going to turn 17 next week. She don't fucking need me. She's gonna take her to school.
Right.
So she starts driving a car. I got her. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
she needs me to go to the fucking pet store for guinea pigs.
Right,
You know, but
right,
like
right.
she's gonna pay the fucking cable bill. But she loves me. You know what I mean? But I'm saying like,
She wants you around.
and I don't
Yeah.
need to feel needed. I would love to share my life with somebody, and I thought I had that. You know what I mean? But then there's some things that were
Yeah.
played out that just didn't. She couldn't do it, and that's okay. She's
Mhm.
allowed to choose that.
Mhm.
But it's hard because it's like, I swear when I was kind of self-sabotaging and just being kind of a fucking ass, girls would fight so much harder. And
Mhm.
then when I'm good,
Yeah.
they're like this. Nope. Right in the trash.
Right, yeah.
What is it? What is that?
You want me to tell you the truth?
Yeah.
I feel like that when we talked about this before. I think if we go through something traumatic, we will fight harder because we're on the same level because we went through trauma.
Ooh.
Mhm.
Okay.
But if we don't have any hardness in our life,
Yes.
No grit.
and if we're not healthy
No grit.
and there's no grit, it's too. You're like
You can
there's a. It's like looking at okay. It's like when guys look at Hawaiian Tropic models. They're all 10s, and they're like, I don't know, her legs. Look at her knee. Right. But if they're on an island and there was Honey Boo Boo's mom and someone else, they'd be like, I'm fucking her. Like, I don't even, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
she kind of cute. She's funny.
Right.
Right?
Right.
But when you have
cooks good.
25, when you have 25 of, the most beautiful women in the world, you'll find you're like,
You find the flaw.
how do you judge a car show? They're all fucking amazing.
Mm.
Yeah.
So when you're with a person that's
Mhm.
reasonable, it's almost like you got to go, is that a little bump on there? What is that? And then you pick at it. Next thing you know,
Yeah.
you're breaking it like she did. Pow. So, I mean, like, I don't know. For me personally, it's the biggest struggle I've ever dealt with in my life. Recently is the biggest struggle I've ever dealt with because I'm very rarely at a loss for words. I'm very rarely lost of, like, what the fuck? But I chalk it up to, A, people are allowed to choose to be with you or not be with you. And you got to respect them and love them. And you got to set them free. And you don't own people. Because if somebody, I literally had to go, I knew I had to know how to gracefully go through a breakup to show my children how to gracefully go through a breakup. And I had to treat her the same way that I'd hope my daughter's husband would treat her. And people are like, that's got to be hard. I had it yesterday. That's got to be hard, Thomas. I go, is it hard to shit in the toilet or on the floor next to it? And they looked at me. I know, it's brutal, right?
I know.
I go,
We've had this.
how is this hard? It's the right thing to fucking do.
Yeah. I don't.
It's not hard to do the right thing.
I don't think it's hard to cope. I don't think.
Yeah, no.
No.
I love my ex. He's a fantastic. He's
literally-
exactly who he was when I met him. He's
Yeah,
a fantastic
no,
guy. Not
my
my guy.
guy. Like not my like.
Yeah.
But called
Yeah.
me like that's.
Oh my God. Right.
Yeah.
It's my homie.
Nobody's calling me. Thanks for rubbing
Like
that in.
literally,
Yeah.
Real
genuinely,
nice.
that's my
Absolutely.
ride or die. You
Right.
fuck with my ex-husband, you're fucking with me.
But that's the
you know
thing
what I'm
too.
saying?
When guys date you, they get that. They get that
know,
team.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. No, my
It's a
husband
team.
knows that. My
yeah,
husband knows that
yeah,
now.
Yeah.
Like my kids'
Yeah.
moms. That's like dirt.
Like that's
Yeah.
yeah.
You're not coming. I'm not adapting to you.
Yeah.
You're adapting to this already built
Yeah.
facility.
I'll
Yeah.
run my mouth, but
And
you know who
everybody
can
be
run my?
respectful,
I
everybody
run
be
my mouth.
Right.
You can't run your mouth.
Right.
Yeah.
Not about.
And you gotta be
I feel
careful
like-
about
I feel
that,
like
too.
my ex-husband would also know
Right,
that
yeah.
too. Like,
Yeah.
like you, I feel like my ex-husband has enough respect for me too to also,
Yes.
you know
Yeah.
what
Oh
I'm
yeah,
saying?
we don't talk
Not-
about
yeah.
each other.
I've had girls
Yeah.
get mad at me because I don't hate my exes.
I get a lot of admiration. I get a lot of people be like, "Damn, I wish I could do that," especially from other guys. Like guys,
Yeah.
no man. I have a lot of people that are very envious
Same.
about
my
my
co-parenting
yes,
relationship, yeah.
Yes,
I
Must
get
be
it.
nice.
Must be nice.
Must be
or
nice.
Must be
It
nice.
is nice.
That's what they say. Must
It
be
is
nice
nice,
that
and
he's
that's
not
why
an
we do
asshole.
it.
And I'm
It
like,
is-
you know why? Because my picker wasn't broken.
Then why do you
I
fuck
pick- right,
assholes?
right.
Why do you breed with fucking
Or better yet,
assholes?
So he's an asshole. Deal with him accordingly.
Sure.
Deal with him fucking accordingly. So
You
he's
know
an
who he is? He's exactly
asshole.
who he was
That's
when I
what I'm
met him when I was
saying. Yeah,
16
kids,
years old. Right.
exactly. Why is it so hard to co-parent?
Yeah, I'm sure you got lucky. You did. You
Yeah,
got lucky
sure,
at 16.
sure,
You know
right.
what I mean? And it's okay.
Right.
Did you at 16? Did you? Get
Yeah,
married
he
at
was my
16?
I had a toxic one, the
Uh-huh,
bad
yes.
one, and then him.
Okay.
He showed me what it was to be loved, to be
I love that.
supported.
I love that.
You grew up together.
And then we did. We grew
Yeah.
up, and I changed because I continued to grow.
That, yeah,
Yeah.
that us do. Yeah,
And
us women do.
I hate to say like he didn't grow. He did. He grew linearly, right? Like, and I did not.
I feel
So
like
I
when we're
found
that young
myself
and
in a
we're
place
having
where I'm like,
children
we
that
can't.
young, but
Yeah.
when we're having children that young, as mothers,
We have 3.
As mothers, like we lose
Well,
who
I
we
went
are,
back
and
to
then we're
grad
growing.
school.
Yeah.
I became a therapist.
Yeah.
I was a completely different
totally,
person.
totally different person. That's how I was too.
Right, and that's
Yeah.
why I told him. I was like, it's not it.
Yeah.
I hate to say it's not you, it's me, but like we don't fit. I was a puzzle piece,
Yeah.
and I don't fit
Yeah, I don't fit
anymore.
anymore. I don't fit anymore.
Which sucks. That
It
sucks.
does. It does.
And that feels selfish.
Yeah.
And I struggled with that for a long time. To
Did
say
you beat yourself up for that?
Oh, I went to
That's
therapy
fun.
for that. Yeah.
Ew, therapy works?
It did. It did.
And on
Because
that note-
I'm like, if I
love
grow,
therapy. I
yeah.
do.
Yeah, me too. It changed my life. It literally
too.
changed my life.
I listen, and I feel like on the month my girl calls me, and I'll be like, perfect timing.
Yeah. I have a book that I
Let's
open up,
talk
and it
about
does
it.
that to me. I
Uh-huh.
always open up
But
at the
she's
right
cool.
page and the right, like it always
Right.
hits me right where it needs to.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so we're going to close
Okay.
up. Ashley, thanks for coming on the
You're
show. We'll have you
welcome.
back on.
Thank you.
Please.
Um,
Bye.
So our basic thing is get some therapy. Quit fucking with people.
Yeah.
It's gross. All I
Like
got to
you
do the
sit
phone
with
number.
yourself.
So look, you can text the show and tell us your fucked up stories, and we'll read them out loud and say some funny shit. And we might have Ashley back on to read some funny shit because she's funny. So the phone number is 234-200-5949. Justin will put up on the screen. Mike's not here because he's not feeling well. Hope you feel better, Mike. And you guys have a great day. And remember, don't fuck with people. It's gross.
Yeah.
Be nice.
Be a good human being.
Seriously.
Be a good
trash.
human being.
It is fucking trash.
It's trash.
Treat people how you'd want
Right.
Treat
somebody.
people the way you want to be treated.
No, fuck that. No, treat them how you'd want somebody to treat your fucking
Oh,
kid.
your babies.
Treat somebody how
Your
you want
babies.
somebody to
That's what I
treat the
tell
way you
people.
love
Yeah.
somebody with some fucking respect.
Mhm.
Because if you treat them how, because listen, if I
Yeah.
treated a girl how I want to be treated,
Mm-mm.
if you treated a boy how you want to be treated, you wouldn't call him.
Right. Not my
You'd be like, I
babies,
wanted
though.
left the fuck
Mm-mm.
alone.
No.
So no,
Mama
treat them how
bear?
you'd want somebody to treat your,
Oh,
your,
yeah, treat
your
I'm a
boy
whole
or girl.
different person
Yeah.
with my kids. Absolutely
Oh,
not.
big
Mm-mm.
bet.
Well,
It's
thanks
on.
for tuning in to the Not So Tender.
Maybe we can start on that one.
Good night.
Night.
Good night.
He's gonna play some music. It's easier than people
Well.
think, but
Can't wear earrings.
you can't.
Woo!
They
It
Like
has to.
dug in.
really.
My studs last. Well, and